What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, we vibed out, baby. It's Friday. I think it is, at least. Yes, I think it's Friday. All my days have been running together these past couple of days, but it is Friday. It's a morning show, a.k.a. the Wake and Bake, a.k.a. the Roast and Toast. You know, had some NBA action last night. We had mega Steelers news that dropped earlier this week that we obviously have to address. So yeah, man, I'm excited. And we got to talk to the homie, man, locker mate, man. TG gonna pull up for a little while too, man. So it's a good day, man. And you got my nostalgia kicking in with these old OG Pro Bowl style jerseys. Like, come on, man. How can I not be having a great day today?
Yeah, I think it was time to bring back the 7 Pro Bowl jersey for today.
It's clean,
Just feeling
man.
it.
It's clean.
I was having some thoughts last night, though.
Oh, no.
I was over at my buddy's house. It was a little get-together because I got a wedding this weekend, and people were in from out of town. It was really nice.
Yeah.
But, yeah, having the game on, chopping it up about sports. So we were going back and forth about quarterbacks, NBA debates, all this other stuff. But it got me thinking, dude, I would really like to see Big Ben with this offense. It would be I would have liked to seen it. I would just put it.
He's starting early with it.
I would have liked to seen it. I'll just put it to you that
way.
Big Ben with Pickens, with Austin, the new line. I would have liked to seen it. That's all I'm saying. It's not going to happen. But it goes back to my point of, and I kept reiterating it, if Ben was with the Vikings or the Browns, a team that had good surroundings for their quarterback, I think he would have been a little bit more successful last season.
I like that approach right there. That is I can get behind any statement like that, Deke. You see how you didn't say?
You agree with me?
You see how you didn't say? Oh, if he was with the Vikings, he'd have been the best quarterback in the league. Or if he'd have been,
he'd have been putting up numbers.
He'd have been hauling. No, don't mess it up. Don't you mess it up now, Deke. Deke, I'm trying to give you a compliment here. You were doing such a great job right there. You
35
said,
plus.
You said I think it would have been better than it was last year, and that's fine.
35 plus.
Now I see here you go. Now you jumping. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that?
That's not extreme.
Why you gotta do that, man? We went from something nice here. We were starting to show off smooth. You know how when you're flying and the plane's like taking off smooth, we were going smooth. I'm like, okay, Deke, we got a Ben reference, but it was a smooth Ben. We're good. And then you got to go doing all this stuff now, man. Come on, Deke. Come on, man.
Sorry.
Talk about, man. 35, probably 45, realistically.
Yeah, I'd say
extra
between
game?
35 and 45.
45 with extra game. That was easy. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on.
You're right. That was a little smooth take just to start off the Friday.
It was, bro.
You're right.
It was.
But then you got me heated up saying it was too smooth.
I see, bro. Like, God, dog. I'm over here like, okay, Deke, like that works.
The fake fans would be cowering at the thought of having Big Ben with this new offense surrounding him. They'd be cowering.
Oh, my goodness,
I think it would prove that he could still get it done.
Oh, my goodness.
But now it's up to Pickett.
Yeah.
Well, dude, actually, quick side note.
Yes.
Everyone in the Twitch chat wanted me to bring this up to you. We've been doing some gameplay these last 2 days with Mason at quarterback for the Steelers team. It's an 81 overall card. Let me just put it to you this way. Throwing dots across the yard.
Fair enough.
It's been unbelievable.
Fair
I think
enough.
it's actually got people in the Twitch chat believing Mason could do that in real life now.
Whoa.
People are big Mason fans in the Twitch chat.
That is funny. I have not seen Mason on the game.
These dots are unbelievable. It's 81, 81 overall, going up against like these gold 99s. And I'm beating these teams.
Yeah.
I'm 6-1 on the season.
What I'll say is this though, man. Watching Mason is still throwing a really pretty football. I think that in terms of the consistency element of it, in terms of his throwing, I think that he's number 2 right now behind Mitch. When you're talking about just the consistency but in context, you got to remember, this is still Kenny's 5th, 6th practice that he has completed now. So when I'm watching them in certain elements, because like I said, it's not always 11 on 11 team stuff. They will have a lot of the practice being more drill work, more specific things. So in some of these things, it's more accuracy related. It's more ball placement, deep passes. Mitch, to me, has been the most accurate, shown the most touch, shown the most consistency in terms of arm strength. I don't think I've seen one pass from Mitch when we're talking about the drill portion, not the team portion, just the drill portion, where it's been a football where I'm like, oh gosh, that was a little low, that was too high, that was a wobble, that was a duck. Like Mitch has just consistently every single day, it looks a certain way. And that comes with being a guy that's been in this league for multiple years. That is how veterans practice. is always going to look a certain way. That's what we say it's hard to beat out a vet in practice. It's going to take like either a guy doing something astronomical, that vet slacking up, or more than likely you got to wait till the games happen to really try to expose that vet or have that young guy really do something special. Because in practice, Mitch, you're not seeing bad plays from Mitch. Whereas when you go to Mason, I think is that next in line in terms of being consistent in the drill portion, not team portion, just the drill portion, where I think that he's thrown that second most consistent ball. But even he's had some throws where I'm just kind of like, Mason, you got to be better than that right there. But then the same could be said about Kenny. But with Kenny, it just happens more frequently. I think that Kenny has a pretty spiral. Like when he throws his spiral, he has one of the prettiest spirals out there, but the consistency with it. And this was part of where I laughed to myself and I was like, I get when people keep bringing up the hand part, because you can tell at times, not that it's going to affect him. I don't think it's going to affect him to an extent where we're all going to be feeling it. But when you're watching him in a drill setting where you're throwing 10 passes back to back, after I just saw this guy throw 10, after I saw that guy throw 10, and I'm looking at how their spiral comes out, the pop on their arm, and just the consistency with it. Whereas with Kenny, it's like if he threw 10, 7 of them are on the money, but then he's going to have 3 where I'm like, man, was that because of the hand size? It was kind of flop. You know what I mean? Like almost like the ball was too big for him. But once again, this is when you're talking about in a setting where you're doing it back to back to back to back.
Rapid fire.
Right. You're not going to see, most people aren't seeing that element when you're talking on Sunday because you're not throwing 10 passes in a row. And even if you are, it's still more spaced out. You got 30 seconds between each play. You got huddles and stuff like that. Whereas in the drill work, it's snap, catch, throwing it. All right, you ready? Snap, catch, throwing it. So it's a lot more faster of a pace. So part of that, I'm like, okay, I'm sure all of that goes into it. But just from what I've been seeing, that's kind of how I've ranked them in terms of just the accuracy and the consistency with the throwing. When you're talking about the team portion, I've already told you, I think it's Mitch and then Kenny right there. But when you're talking about just the consistency of just throwing the football, I do think that Mason is that number 2 guy right now in that capacity.
Mitch, Kenny, close?
You said who?
Is Mitch, Kenny close? Close enough that you think it's going to be legit competition with training camp?
It will definitely be a competition, but I think the competition will more so be related to Kenny being able to extend plays, because you have to remember right now it's a controlled environment. Mitch doesn't have to worry about being hit. He doesn't have to worry about legitimate pressure. When that happens, now you're forced to throw on the run. Now you're forced to use your mobility. I've already told you, Kenny is the best athlete at quarterback. And I'm not including Chris Oladuka. I think that he's obviously a great athlete, but to me, I think that his consistency with his arm is below Kenny. But when you're talking about those 2 guys being collegiate athletes coming into the pros, well, we know Kenny was ranked a lot higher, and that does show. When you're looking at those 2 guys, Chris, phenomenal athlete, but his ball placement, the spiral of it, the tightness of it is very inconsistent. Some throws, it's arching. Some have been a little short. Every once in a while, he'll get a nice throw. You're like, all right, money. But you can just see the inconsistency with it. And when you're talking about at the NFL level, that's the difference. You can't just make that throw 1 out of 4 times. The great ones make it 4 out of 4. The good ones make it 3 out of 4. The average guys are 2 out of 4. So you can see the importance of making those throws consistently every single time. And with the younger guys, Kenny and Chris, they're going to pick that up. They'll get improvements in that area. But that's why, to me, Mitch has been the clear front runner throughout this process, because he's just been through this more often. And you could just see the comfort level and just understanding how to practice as a professional. No.
I think there's a lot of good things being said about all these guys.
Absolutely
though,
is,
right?
Yeah.
With Kenny, looks like he's got some leadership. Mitch is looking good just because of how long he's been in the league.
Yeah,
and
he
almost
just
looks like he owns it.
Yeah, he looks like he's been QB1 before.
Right.
That's what it looks like. Whereas Kenny, you can see he's doing all the little intangibles. He's on the field early. He stays after. He's trying to talk with guys. He's doing those things, right? But you could just see the on-field part, it takes time.
Yeah.
And that's normal. It's like I said, I don't think that anyone should be nervous about it. It's, oh, man, we got to get rid of this competition. Like, no. This is a part of that natural progression. Kenny isn't passing Mitch in OTAs. Kenny's move is when the preseason starts. This is all him getting prepared for that. And Mitch understands that as well. Mason does too. So this is all a part of that natural progression. So it's not it's a terrible pick or anything like that. I just think that that's just how it goes when you're talking about the quarterback position in particular, man.
Yeah, as long as you're telling me the battle really starts in training camp, and it's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a legit battle.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. All right, we going
shout
outs here?
Let's get the shout outs in, man.
That was a good first little topic, I think.
Yeah, low key, huh? Usually our stories, we start the show with a story. That was more so just hopping into a topic. So with that being said, let us know where you are tuning in from. We'll give you the big boy shout outs, and we will continue with today's show.
Whoa, someone has, well, they were talking about Pickett comparison to Romo, right? Pickett to Burrow, whatever it is. Gina Ashley says Mitch Romo Trubisky. They're comparing Mitch to Romo.
Well, no, man. When I go back and watch Mitch, like I said, because I'm getting ready to do a breakdown on him, one of the Master Moats, man. Bring the film sessions back out, man. So I've been cutting up clips of him. But no, man, I can see the Romo comparisons definitely with him, because I think that Kenny is a better athlete than Romo and what Mitch is. But when I watch how Mitch moves a little bit in terms of when his pressure coming, when I see him on play action passes, he's not an elusive, he's not a fast quarterback, but he is definitely athletic. He does put you in the mind in the sense of how Romo moves, not necessarily everything else, but that caliber athlete where it was like he's fast enough, he's elusive enough, he's not gonna wow you, but he can pick up yardage, he can do certain things with his legs. So yeah, I can definitely understand that.
Brandon Clark, 540, Roanoke, Virginia.
Let's get it to 540, man. Let's go.
Jar Devil, 310, San Pedro, California.
Love it.
The Bacon Cowboy says good morning from 27 Clearwater, Florida.
Shout out to 27 Clearwater, Florida. All right, that sounds like an address low key, but I'm with it.
Yeah. Robarian, Chesapeake, Virginia, 757.
Carib. Shout out.
Gene Ashley, 412.
Let's get it.
Douglas
Pittsburgh.
Coley, Houston, checking in.
Hey, man, we was just bumping the H-Town, too, man. We was sitting on Fofos.
I like that.
We was riding there Fofos. Yeah.
Bleeding Space says, what's up? I'm from Mexico. Let's go Steelers.
Let's go. Viva Mexico, baby. Major
Jacob
love.
Soria, 209, Stockton, California.
Let's get it.
Thomas Dowdy, tuning in from the 423, Johnson City, Tennessee.
Let's go. Shout out to Johnson City, too, man.
You need any of these?
Yeah, let me get a couple real quick, man. First, I got Young De Niro tuning in from Petersburg, VA to 804. Major love. Y'all know what time it is, man. We got Juicebox 32. A mile high. You know how he's getting it in. And he's touching down in Duval County. Shout out to the homie down there in Jacksonville. Then we got Brotato. 2K, the 412, Pittsburgh, PA. Then we got David Dupree, DD Smalls from Gainesville, Florida. Shout out to DD. And actually, I think I do got to text you back now that I think about that. Good call on that. Let's see who else we have. Raymond Kane. I almost thought about Raisin Canes. Tasty chicken, by the way. It's a little chicken.
I've never had it.
It's pretty tasty.
I heard it's good.
Yeah. I think it's one coming to Pittsburgh, actually, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't have any of those around here,
It's supposed to be one coming up to Pittsburgh, man. So whenever it does open up, man, have to take you out there one time, man. Okay. But Raymond Kane, the 319, North Liberty, IA. I believe that's Iowa. Is Iowa?
IA?
IA.
Yeah, you might be right.
That's good. Hey, am I tripping? I don't know too many IAs.
Yeah, I don't think it's Indiana.
No, Indiana's IN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be.
And he also says hit the like button. Yeah, so definitely hit that like button while you're at it. But shout out. Yeah, I don't know. IA. I got to check that out, man. There's not too many times where I get stumped like I'm like, oh, IA. Interesting.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh, yeah, he says Iowa. Okay. There it is. Oh, and we getting some hot takes on the Raising Canes, man. Rod Dollar, he said he ain't feeling it. Jacob saying that it's overrated. Ooh, interesting.
The standard's Chick-fil-A, in my opinion. Well, there's that whole Chick-fil-A Popeyes debate.
Well,
I've never had Popeyes either.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that, man. Both of them are good. Like I said, Chick-fil-A is private school good. Popeyes is public school good. Both you could win with. Both get it in. Think New England Patriots, Chick-fil-A. Think Pittsburgh Steelers is Popeyes. Both amazing franchises. Both historic. Both have their moments, but one is viewed a little bit more buttoned up. One is a little more casual. You know what I mean? But you win with both of them.
Yeah, both got the 6 trophies.
Absolutely. That's kind of how I look at both of those names. Maybe my wife was having a conversation because she's like a big Raising Cane's person. I'm cool on it because I don't do all the extra sauce stuff. And you got to have like the sauce apparently to have the chicken to taste a certain way. So that's why I like Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. But I was telling her that to me, Chick-fil-A isn't fast food. I say it's gourmet. Because it's Chick-fil-A. And it comes in like a nice
That's
bag.
a big debate there, too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they speak all nice. They say it's my pleasure. I go to McDonald's all the time. McDonald's never says it's my pleasure. That's fast food. Burger King, Wendy's, they don't say my pleasure. We be like, yo, extra for the sauce, man. You want more sauce? Come on, bro. I ain't got time for that. That's fast food to me. Chick-fil-A, I've never had that happen before. Chick-fil-A, like, hey, you want extra sauce? Hey, what type of sauce would you like today? You want some? Take 2 more just because I like your smile. My pleasure. That's gourmet to me, man. Yeah.
It is a big debate. Is Chick-fil-A fast food
bro.
or not?
It's gourmet, man. It can't be fast food.
I do view it as somewhat healthy, though, and we talked about that as well.
It is healthy.
Probably isn't.
It is.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
It is healthy. You see that chicken, man? They use olive oil. They don't use like regular.
I thought it was peanut oil.
That too. See, that's what I'm saying. That's better than, like regular grease and stuff, man. I'm telling you, bro. It's real fancy. Yeah.
It is really good. I'll have to try Popeyes, though, and Raising Cane's.
I'm going to take you to, like I said,
Chick-fil-A,
the nice Popeyes,
Chick-fil-A is a tough standard to beat, though.
Oh, no. You'll see. You'll see. But I also... I don't want to do this. I ain't going to do that. I am going to do it. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay.
Whatever you want to say.
So when I think of, like I said, public school, private school, Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A's are usually very, very nice establishments, nice neighborhoods. Popeyes, from my experiences, is hit or miss. Sometimes it's in a nice area, but a lot of times the Popeyes that I like to frequent aren't in nice areas, but the food is amazing. So with that being the context, you just got to be careful.
Are we getting any around here?
It's Popeyes out here. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And it's one literally in the heart of the South Side. And when I tell you, like, hey, man, I like to go there, but when I'm in and out, and I typically like to go earlier in the day, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, bro. Yes. Yes. There's definitely been some moments where I was kind of like, Moats, this is probably not the best idea, but, bro, you need this chicken. Hopefully somebody recognizes you and we get out of here cool. Yes, bro. Yes.
I would like to do a little food review or something like that.
Tell you,
but
bro.
My taste is still jacked up. I think I'd be fraudulent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, work on that thing, man.
Well, first I need to do the whole grapefruit thing that they said on TikTok that you got to do to overcome COVID. Did I tell you about that?
I did not know
you
about
gotta,
this, no.
You got to burn some grapefruit or put it on a grill or whatever it is, and then put brown
Ecstasy
sugar.
in it.
Put brown sugar or like organic sugar on it. You take some bites out of it, and apparently your taste comes back.
Interesting.
I still need to do that first. So if that works out, then I can maybe do the whole Popeyes thing.
Okay. Well, if that doesn't work, I got something else you can sniff. It'll amp you up, though. Yeah.
It'd wake me up.
Say your heart on a...
All right, you want to get these super chats?
Yeah, let's get it rolling, man.
Moises Sembrano says, J.J. Watt is saying that he doesn't want to be on the Steelers team. Remember when the Steelers wanted Malik Willis, but instead of him, we got Kenny Pickett? So he's saying two things there. Because J.J. Watt did do an interview with McAfee, and they asked him about not coming to the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Did you hear his answer?
I did not know.
It's pretty good. It was reasonable. He's like, T.J. Watt was up for his money. I didn't want to mess with that.
Fair enough.
I wanted my brother to kind of have his own way, his own path. And he also said, like, dude, I see my brothers all the time, 50 to 100 times throughout the year. We're always texting each other. Yeah. He's like, we didn't need 3 Watts in a locker room.
Fair enough.
Reasonable. I mean, he wanted his money, too.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, too. If he would have signed for a lot less, I think it would have been different. But when he signed that contract, we all said, okay, he signed for the money. It was no way that, I mean, I'm sure they could have made it work if they needed to, but it wouldn't have been the best in terms of cap situation, knowing that he got hurt on top of that after signing the big deal in Arizona. But I can understand that thought process, though. It would have just been dope, though, I think, too, you know, from a historical standpoint, from a, it's the first time ever standpoint, sure. But for them, if that wasn't a big deal, hey, man, you ain't got to make it a big deal then, you know?
I guess it wasn't a big deal. Yeah. And right now, I don't want J.J. Watt. You had your chance. I'm over it. Yeah. He's not as good anymore.
Fair enough. Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
Because with the new updated news, yeah.
Is he a target?
Oh, okay.
Is he a trade target?
I didn't know if that changed the perspective just a little bit. You know?
Still not him. No.
Right.
There's other fish out there.
Okay. We'll get to it, though. We'll get to it.
Moises Sembrano again. Seems like he's going against his last comment where he says, so basically, I'm thinking that we get J.J. Watt. Oh, it's all connected. I'm sorry. So the second part, whenever he says, remember when the Steelers were making it seem like we wanted Willis, but then we got Pickett. He's basically saying, like, humans are flawed and we change our minds, and J.J. Watt will end up coming to the Steelers.
Okay.
Maybe.
We'll see.
As you just brought up the Tuitt stuff, maybe.
Obviously, yeah, with the Tuitt thing, man, that definitely.
We ain't taking on his contract, though.
Yeah.
Hell no. Raymond Kane is in the upper room, though.
Hey, shout out to Raymond Kane. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Baby, welcome to the family. Glad to have you. Enjoy. We appreciate you as always.
Official momentum in the house says Celtics won last night, and then says hashtag my Steelers stories.
Hey, our Celtics did win last night, man. Let's go, Boston.
It's not really how I imagined the game going.
Me either. But we'll get to that, though.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was definitely a surprise, man.
Kaleo, first time in Pittsburgh with the fam. So excited. Any suggestions on what to do? Gonna take a stadium tour at 1.
Okay.
Trying to find Najee on the street.
Oh, wow.
Y'all the goats.
Well, let's see. Actually, AB performing this weekend.
Is he?
Yeah, this the AB
It's
weekend,
not getting postponed?
man. We'll see, right? But it's the AB weekend, so if you're into ratchet activities, I would recommend going check it out. If you're into that sort of thing, man, it's gonna be a sight to be seen, to say the least. You know,
Is Najee showing up to the concert?
You never know. Come on,
there
now.
you go. If you want to see
there
Najee,
you
maybe go to the concert.
There you go. That's all I'm saying, man. You going?
I'm not. I got that wedding this weekend.
Man,
Is it Saturday?
You gotta leave the wedding, man. Go pull up.
Is it Saturday?
I think it is. Yeah.
Maybe that's the after party right
Yeah,
there.
man.
For us. Maybe
Go pull up on the boy, man.
I'm gonna have to suggest it.
But yeah, the usual stuff, man. I would definitely say go down to the strip, man. It's a nice day outside too, man. So there's gonna be plenty of people down there just walking around downtown. Plenty of places to just, like I said, just sightsee, purchase stuff, man. Get food. You're already doing a stadium tour. Let's see. I mean, obviously the Mountain Washington, gotta go Mountain Washington, take the incline, man. So you can see the view of the city, all that type of good stuff, man. Yeah, that's what I would go with.
Yeah, you're right. The same stuff as usual.
Yeah.
Official momentum says Shazier, Zeke Elliott, and Hayward were all spotted together.
Yeah, Zeke was in town for Shay's charity. The was it like the spinal
Ohio State connection.
Yeah. So they were all there for that. Yeah, that was a couple days ago, man. Yeah, but that was good though, man. Yeah, absolutely. Loving what my man's doing on and off the field now, man. In terms of Shay, you know, continuing to build that foundation up, man, having that impact. Let's get it.
For sure. Michael Brooks. Finally caught y'all live again.
What it do?
Hashtag Moats for Mutt. Get him a card.
Oh, man.
Super excited about the Steelers. $50 on Biscuit starting and impressing in the league. Who's Biscuit? Is that a nickname for someone?
I feel like it is.
Well, I don't know who Biscuit is. He's gonna have to
know who Biscuit is, man.
He's gonna have to reiterate that.
Bro,
or
when I think
clear
of Biscuit,
it up.
man, I think of my oldest KK when she was in like grade, like elementary school. There used to be this book called Biscuits about this daggone dog. And literally, we'd be like, hey, KK, go get your book from the library. She would come home every day for like 3 years with the same book.
Biscuit.
So anytime I hear Biscuit, that's all I think of right now, bro.
That would be a funny dog's
like,
name.
Biscuit. Like, bro, what? Who's Biscuit? Who is this guy?
Fish momentum. Y'all see Coach Danny Smith working out.
No shirt on, getting it in. Let's get it, baby. Love Danny Smith, man. But that's Danny, though, bro. Danny's that dude, man. I love him for that, bro.
Also brings up your email. Says he sent you some stuff.
Okay. I'll make sure I check it out then. Absolutely. Also, he said that Biscuit is Trubisky. Yeah.
That's stupid. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. I was about to say, I didn't know he had a nickname like that, man. I did not know that was his nickname.
That's stupid.
Maybe he's like, no risk it, no biscuit, right? So, yeah, it's just kind of like he's just Mr. Biscuit.
Nah, we're good.
No, I kind of like him as what was the tweet again?
Kissing titties.
Yeah, I like him. I like him as that better. I like that nickname for him.
What would you just say, Mr. Kissing Titties? Mr. Titties?
That'll work too. However, 2 Chainz used to be Titty Boy. That used to be his nickname.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, see, so it's like, you know, just you know, not. I mean, because it's all a part of the world. You know, we all got chest and breastplates, you know, pectoral muscles. So, you know, he's
the early favorites for him were what? Mitch Berg and like Trubisky.
Yeah.
And then we kind of did the same thing with Kenny Pickett, where it's like Pickettsburg.
Yeah. We always got to throw
Kenny
Berg
Pittsburgh,
on it.
which I think was the best one.
Yeah. Oh, and they're saying that apparently he had that nickname since high school.
Biscuit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's news to me.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Sean Diddy 6. How do you think the linebackers are doing with Flores so far?
From what I've been seeing, I mean, I think they've been doing well. I talked about Buddy Johnson, obviously, and some of the things that he's been doing flying around out there. It's still kind of hard, like I said, right now, just because you're not seeing the physicality just because of what they're wearing. But in terms of how the guys are moving, the coverage elements, stuff like that, I think they're all having some pretty good moments. So, yeah, I would say that they're progressing on schedule like they are. I haven't seen too many blown assignments or guys just looking like they didn't belong. But it's just hard to fully evaluate those guys right now because you're only seeing the coverage element. I'm not seeing when you got to actually respect play action, when you actually have to react to the run and get downhill, take off a double team, which is where they really, really struggled at last year. So that's kind of like, the whole thing with that right now.
A couple of the players, was it Devin Bush? Terrell Edmonds might have been another. We're talking very highly of Flores, saying like he's like a cheat sheet.
No,
this is unreal getting the knowledge from him.
A lot of guys, Miles Jack, me talked about it. He spoke very highly, said it's like having a second head coach out there. Who else was? Oh, Alex Highsmith, he was another guy that talked very highly of him. Yeah, a lot of the guys, they speak highly of him, man. So, and the thing is, man, when you are fortunate enough to have a head coach or a former head coach be your position coach, you can tell the difference. You can feel it at times in terms of how they communicate with you, in terms of how they prepare and things like that. So, yeah, I would definitely say that those guys are sharing those same feelings when it comes to Brian Flores.
And this is a bunch of stuff that we talked about whenever we hired him. It's just going to raise the standard.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I think the defense is going to have some really good vibes this year. All right, Official Momentum says, welcome back to our skipper.
Facts. We're going to talk about him today too, baby. Yes, indeed. Back in the saddle. Preseason extraordinaire.
Cliff the Dark Knight. How has Anthony Miller looked? Feel like he's the forgotten man. Does he have a role in this offense? Feel like he was underutilized?
No, I talked about him last show we did? I think it was. Yeah. I thought that Anthony Miller, he's been looking really good. He reminds me, like when I watch him and Calvin Austin together, they're both super explosive. They get in and out of their breaks extremely well. Nice strong hands when they're catching the ball away from their frame as well. Not just in here, they're catching it out here. Hands. I definitely like that a lot. I think the biggest difference between him and Calvin is just the speed element. Calvin is just a faster version. That's all. But I think that Anthony's been definitely looking good. I think for him, it's going to take him doing these things in games because he's another one of those guys that he has a certain level in which he practices. It looks the same. It's consistent. He's getting in and out. He's not dropping balls. He's getting open and things like that. But you want to see certain players in the preseason. You want to see certain guys where it's a game situation, not necessarily a practice situation. Not all players are weighted the same in terms of how you evaluate them, just based on where they are in their careers. So how I look at Calvin Austin and George Pickens during this time, I look at them and I take that information with a lot more weight in contrast to an Anthony Miller or in contrast to a Devin Bush or even a Mitch Trubisky to an extent, because it's like, when you've been in this league for a long enough or for multiple years, you understand what practice should look like. You understand how to do that element and how to do it at a high enough level consistently. So from there, it's more so I need to see you when you're out of your comfort zone, because you should be comfortable in OTAs. Rookies aren't comfortable in OTAs. That's when you can really evaluate them and see like, hey, how do you handle this? But for veterans, when you're comfortable, I don't have to see you do something that you're not good at. I don't have to see you have to respond to some type of adversity that wasn't expected. And that's the part with Anthony Miller where it's just, you're not going to see a ton of adversity for him during OTAs. So when you're trying to evaluate him on that level, it gets just a little bit difficult right there.
I'm with him in terms of being underutilized last year. I would have liked to see him a little bit more. But now, this upcoming season, I would have been fine with giving him a chance, but that was before the draft.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of pumped up for these rookies, Pickens and Austin. But if Anthony Miller just simply performs better, then you kind of got to give him a chance week one and on and see how he does with it. If you know what I mean? If he beats out Calvin Austin for the slot, what can you do?
Yeah.
But like you said, Austin brings that different element, which this could be a good little competition. I mean, we talk about the quarterbacks, some of the other competitions that we might be seeing. Slot receiver is an underrated one.
Absolutely.
Derek Nelson just giving us some support. We appreciate that.
What it do?
Let's go. UW says, what's up, Moats and Deke? I don't mean to be that guy.
Uh-oh, here we go.
He says, I told you Tuitt wouldn't be here for this year. Part of the reason why I wanted Travis Jones.
No, fair enough, man. Fair enough. And we're obviously going to react to that. And we got a couple more supers, and we'll definitely tap into that one, man. But yeah, I could definitely understand it, baby.
Official Momentum is talking about the Steelers stories. Says be prepared for the Lynn Swan stories as well.
Let's get it.
Steeler Nation on Fire says, any contract updates for Minka? No.
No, nothing yet.
Michael Brooks, no Popeyes. I'm going to need to take Deke to my hood.
So you get some Popeyes, man. Get you right, bro. Get you right.
I need to try it.
You need to, bro. I can't believe yo.
I've never had it.
I know, and now I think about all the travel we've done. We've never been like, yo, let's go to Popeyes.
Well, we were supposed to hit up In-N-Out out in L.A.
Oh, that was crazy.
But what's funny is I've heard from other people saying In-N-Out's overrated anyway.
Well, it depends. I think it depends.
Where'd we go? We went to like Carl's Jr. or Hardee's,
Yeah.
right? I loved that burger. I thought it was good. There was no wait in line. That helps.
It was convenient. Yeah.
I thought it was good. You didn't like it?
No, I'm not saying I don't like it.
I thought it was good.
You've never had In-N-Out, so
I haven't.
that's why I can tell. It's just like, all right, it was good, but it was more convenient.
In-N-Out versus Five Guys.
But I think this is what I'm saying. This is more cultural. Like, if you're from California, you're going to swear by In-N-Out. If you're East Coast, you're going to swear by Five Guys. Just
It's
regional.
comparable, though. It's on the same level, at least.
I would say In-N-Out is healthier.
Oh, it's healthier?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you think about how greasy a Five Guys is, man.
Ooh,
yeah, you're not getting all
that
of
plays
that.
into the taste, though.
But you also got to think region-wise, right? California, they're big on organic, healthy, and all that other stuff. Not saying that it's an organic burger, but that's their vibe out there. Whereas on the East Coast, we don't always care about that type of stuff.
Right. Now, at least I know, though,
Yeah.
whenever I do get In-N-Out, that's at least the standard I'm holding it to.
Yeah.
A Five
Mhm.
Guys, then. That's
Yeah.
the competition. Fish Momentum says, Ambition and Radio Tokyo. Live June 17th at Imperial. Radio Tokyo, new edition.
Yeah, yo, you know Radio Tokyo?
I don't.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Also says, Moats Deke, try my dad's ribs and pound cake. I got you.
All right, okay.
Send it in.
Send it in.
Send
What
it in
up?
through the mail. Michael Brooks, some Popeyes with Cajun sparkle will fix your taste.
Ooh, he trying to make that thing hot. I like it. I like it.
The COVID remnants will be gone from that. It will eviscerate it. Mike 28. This show really helps me get through my work days. Also love how Moats always reps the crib. We need a live show in Virginia Beach. I'd be there. By the way, 7 is GOAT. His last season was sabotaged by Canada. Thank you.
So he hit on both sides.
Thank
he got
you.
the 7 in there. He got the crib in there. He knew what he was doing right
Thank
there. Hey, Mike 28, you ain't slick. I like it though. Shout out to the
That
crib.
was an amazing podcast comment.
You see it right there?
Hit on all angles.
Hit it all.
Michael Brooks, Trubisky, we call him Biscuit for no reason.
Hopefully he giving us butter biscuits though when you're out there slinging that rock. There we go.
Kind of
We'll
rhymes
roll
with his name. That's probably why. Or there's a B-I-S and Biscuit. That's, I guess, why they call him that.
Oh, I was like, what? All right, fair enough.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. You tell me.
I might be. I don't know. I'm making that up on the spot. But
It sound cool.
they said he's been getting called that for a while.
Biscuit.
It's got to be it.
Yeah.
There's a Trubis. There's Biscuit. That's got to be it.
Reach.
Derek Nelson. Morning, fellas. It's been a while. Work's been busy.
Hey, but we glad you're here. That's all that matters. One day at a time, one moment at a time, baby. We here now, so let's live in the moment.
Fish Momentum says he's got Dan Rooney Jr. and senior stories, too.
Bro, how you got so many stories all of a sudden, man? You got
Also,
all the
Le'Veon
stories.
Bell and Hines Ward.
Storied up.
Derek Nelson says 100 days till kickoff. Can't wait. Much love, y'all.
No, facts, man. Facts. It's getting here. It's definitely getting here.
Yeah, it definitely is. Where are we at? Zach Miller?
Yes.
Yes.
Because we got like a couple more. Then after that, man, we'll start to it.
He says you guys
Yeah,
making
hop
it
on the
down to
line.
Miami for the Dolphins game. Hashtag here we go.
Hey, man, shout out, man. Looking at it, still evaluating it. We'll let you know, though. Definitely will. Definitely will.
Fish Momentum. Steelers tailgate experience with Moats and Deke.
Uh-oh. That's a new spinoff right there. That's, you know.
We'd probably have to take the Steelers out of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
For copyright
yeah.
issues.
Yeah, we've seen how that can go at times. Don't want those issues.
The ultimate tailgate experience with Moats and Deke. We can just do that,
There we go.
right?
Yeah.
Quality Koalas. Just giving us some support.
Let's
I think
get
it's
it.
Quality Koalas. I botched that up.
Yeah, what'd you call it? Koalas?
Yeah.
Is that a koala bear, though, in this picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's why.
I was like, yo, that looks like a koala bear right there, bro.
Fish Momentum. He says bet Carl's Jr. and Hardee's.
I used
I'm
to
telling
think
you,
it
it
was the
wasn't
same
bad.
place, bro. They like the
They
same
pretty much
place,
are,
bro.
right?
Yeah. It's like checkers and rallies, yeah.
Steeler Nation on fire. Steelers should sign Hick. Cam and
He
Hick.
got to be thinking Hicks.
He just signed with the Bucks.
Yeah.
He said Cam and Hicks would be dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, they would have. They definitely would have, man.
Too late now.
Yep.
Fish Momentum says low key Deke laughs like Beavis and Butthead.
Dang.
I've never seen Beavis and Butthead. Never have. I know it. I know what it is, but I've never seen
granted,
it.
It's a different age,
Yeah.
age group as well. I used to rock with it. I mean, I couldn't watch it all the time. My folks was not going for that because they were like South Park before South Park. Yeah.
Right.
That's their energy, man. I am Cornholio. Are you talking to me? I love that shit.
Is that how I laugh?
Not all. I don't feel like you laugh like this. But he does like, yeah.
Come on here. Morning, fellas. Have y'all had Vermont maple syrup? No.
No.
I've definitely had...
I've had maple syrup, but never that. Yeah.
Maple syrup is you got to pay a premium for, right? Am I wrong?
I don't know if you pay more.
It's a little thinner.
I don't know. It's a syrup to me.
I've definitely had different types of syrup growing up.
No, facts.
I don't remember what it's called. Is it organic? There's some syrup.
Yeah.
It's like thinner, and you probably got to pay like $10 to $15 for it.
Well, it sounds healthy, and
it's
if it's
good.
healthy, I don't want it. I want sugar. I want bad stuff in my syrup.
Oh, it's definitely got the sugar. I think it takes out like the bad sugar or something like that. You're still loading up on sugar for sure. Okay. It tastes good, trust me. Yeah. It's just a different taste. It's a different viscosity to it. It's thinner, from what I remember.
Okay.
I'm not up as much on my syrups because I used to really. I mean, I would have probably pancakes for dinner like once or twice a week.
On scissor, but that's what you told me. You was like, "I'll be on that scissor." I was like, "Bro, what day?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I was stoned." That's what you told me, man.
Nah, that's not why I was a prior expert. That's not why.
The syrup that I use goes on like pancakes and waffles and breakfast. You told me you just, you styrofoam cup yours. That's no, that's not the syrup we talking about.
It's been a while.
Oh, it's been a while.
You ever try peanut butter on pancakes?
No. I don't do a lot of like non-traditional stuff with my pancakes or waffles. Like when people are like, I got blueberry pancakes.
You don't do
I got
chocolate chips?
I want my pancake to be just regular pancake. I want my waffle to be regular waffle. And that's just how I roll, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. If I had a preference, I'd
even my
take
French
a plain
toast,
pancake, but I do always put peanut butter on it. That's my thing.
Okay.
That's my thing. You got to try once.
Okay.
Black and yellow Texas steel. When y'all coming down south? Texas vibes.
Hey, nah, man. We need to pull up, man. Deke, what was it? I was bumping all Houston and Texas music this morning. Like, come on, man. I'm in the zone for it. I want to chop and screw. I'm trying to sit down there with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Chop on blades. I'm with y'all. I want to pull up. I always got love in Texas, man.
Hannibal says Pete's. Yeah, not Pete's.
Pete's? What the heck?
Peace, Moats and Deke. Moats, did you see that video with Minka, Najee, and the rookie receivers? Minka's footwork is beastly, and he was doing some drills backwards. Mm-hmm. Is that done because he's a DB? One love.
Yeah, part of it is because he's a DB, absolutely. And the other part is just he is a freakish athlete. Absolutely. Yeah, Minka, man, he's a sight to see, man. When you're watching him do some of his work, man, you can tell why he is as talented as he is. And that's just from an athletic perspective. But then when you add the mental, the smarts to go along with it, that's why he is, who he is on the field. But yeah, without a doubt, man, he is extremely athletic in that capacity, man.
Steelers Nation on fire with the last one. And this will kind of go with our first topic anyway. It says, do the Steelers get Sue? Would he fit?
Uh-oh. Well, this is perfect timing, man. Yeah, I like the fact that we transition right here before we get on the call at 10:30ish. So yeah, we're good. But yeah, we obviously know Tuitt did retire a couple days ago, 8 years in the league and all that good stuff. And now we are trying to figure out what to do with the pieces, whether it's an in-house fix or if you have to outsource. Ton of names have come up, Sue being one of them. Sue could definitely fit. I think that when you're talking about Sue, though, is just, and I might have said this before when we talked about him in the past, before we obviously knew officially about the Tuitt situation. We were just thinking about, should we bring in other D linemen? Tuitt, combining them both. But with Sue, I think that if you're talking about him as a penetrator, he can definitely give you the productivity there. If you're talking about him as a playmaker, I think in certain capacities he can help you there. Obviously, the physicality. Obviously, the high pedigree. My biggest concern with Sue at this stage in his career, he's never had to play in a defense like this where it's not always about the D lineman just penetrating and being disruptive. In our defense, when you're in base, your job is to keep those LBs, Devin Bush, Miles Jack, clean. We saw last year when obviously Miles Jack wasn't here, but when Devin Bush wasn't clean, and now granted, that is not the only reason why he played bad. Is it a part of it? Sure, but it's not the only reason. But did it have a role in it? Absolutely, because when you're undersized, it is hard to deal with big offense linemen up on you. Not saying that it's an excuse, but it is a part of that picture. So with Sue, he's never been in the defense where he's had to keep guys clean. He's always been penetrate, be disruptive. And when he was in Detroit and even that first year in Tampa, I thought he did a good job of still making those caliber plays where you can get away with it. But at this stage, how frequently is he making those plays? Because that's the risk reward element of it. When a guy isn't as gap disciplined as you need to be, or like the Steelers would want him to be, if he's not making that play, it kills the integrity of your defense, which in this sense would hurt us in the run game, which we already struggled with last year. So the thing with Sue is just, if you're going to bring him on, I would, to me personally, you'd have to have that type of conversation of, can you do this part of it? We know you can do that part. When we know we're in sub ball, you can penetrate, you can get off the ball, you can wreak havoc and all that stuff. But when we're in this base style defense, can you do these parts right here? Can you take a little bit of a back seat to your playmaking on a play in and play out basis to make sure the integrity of the defense is what it is? Those are some of the things that I would be concerned with Sue. And because he's older, not all the time do older players want to switch something that they've been doing for 10 plus years, which Sue has been. So that would be my only, concern with him. Another guy that I thought of was, and we talked about him as well a couple episodes ago, was Larry Ogunjobi. We said that, he was extremely talented. He had signed a mega deal. It was like 3 for $45 million this offseason, but the deal fell through because of the medical stuff. So he's another guy that I think is extremely athletic, could definitely plays extremely familiar with the division. He played in Cleveland, was in Cincinnati the past year. So he knows how to ball. He knows how to be productive and, get the job done in this division. But once again, is he willing to do some of those things that I was just talking about with Sue? I think that he's the younger and the more athletic, fresher version, but he's also going to be the most expensive version because of those things as well. But with any of these guys that we're going to talk about, pull up names with and stuff like that, if they're on the market at this time of year, it's for a reason. They're all going to have some type of flaw, some type of, that might make you want to stay away from them. But that's just the timing of it. We can't control when Tuitt retired, when he announced it and things like that. But it's a different crop of players in June than it is in, say, March and April,
I still think good enough, though.
Well, good enough depending on what you're looking for.
Because Goldman, he's a pretty damn good player. The only problem with him has been, I think last year was a little more of a down year. He took the COVID season off. So of recent memory, we haven't seen the Goldman of old. But he's still young.
But once again, though, you just said he took the COVID year off, so it makes you wonder, okay, what is that going to look like? That's all.
I think enough to... You're willing to take chances on these guys at least. Okay. I think you're fine with it. There's bigger names. And with Ogunjobi, this could be a blessing in disguise to actually have a chance at him, because we wouldn't have had a chance at him early on. It all depends now on passing the physical. But it goes to your point, 100% right. It's like, what do you want? Because you could sign probably some of these veterans for cheaper contracts.
No, you definitely could. Yeah.
But they're up there in age, and they might be playing more of a limited role, like someone like Sheldon Richardson or Starlo Laley. Dominican Sue, does he fit? Yeah. But then you got the two dudes in their prime with Eddie Goldman and Ogunjobi. You're worried about either bounce back in Goldman's case or Ogunjobi with the physical, the health. And if those contracts, here's the thing with Ogunjobi and Goldman, if those contracts can be reasonable, I think that's a good risk to take. If it's not in the double digit range, and it's something like 6 or 7.
But how do you not go double digits? Like Larry would have signed for double digits.
I just wonder, as time went on and teams have started to use up their cap space, and now we know there's a little bit more injury risk with him, maybe that number goes down. That's what I'm thinking.
But we also know now, too, that supply and demand. I know you need a certain caliber D lineman to come in here, because if not, we're going to repeat. Not saying it's going to be the exact same as last year, but you're taking the exact same players from last year. All you did was just add DeMarvin Leal, and you're going to say, hey, we're going to get a different version
maybe a bigger role for Loudermilk.
Yeah, but either way, I'm saying it's the same players, though, right? You're bringing, and Tyson comes back. Yeah. But it's legit the same core that was a part of this run defense being as bad as it was at times. So that's the part for me where I'm just kind of like, man, do you trust that these guys have improved enough to change that? Are you willing to risk that? Are you willing to take that chance? Because I do think that
I think you bring in a guy.
Yeah,
I have no problem with bringing in a guy, especially now with our cap space.
Yeah,
additional $9 million. I think we're at what, 21 million. I don't know how much stuff we got to account for going forward in the offseason, but we could also do restructures if we got to make stuff happen. We definitely, I think, got to look at defensive line here. And I think we are. I mean, we're going to sign someone.
Yeah. I mean,
that's it in terms of need right now. That's it.
Yeah, but
left tackle depends on more.
This was the scenario that we were all trying to figure out. If he comes back, we feel great about our D-line. If he doesn't, we feel like there is a hole there. Because even though Chris Wormley, I think, can play well and can get you out of the stadium, even though Loudermilk, I think, is continuing to develop, even though DeMarvin Leal, I'm excited to see him play, none of those three guys are Stephon Tuitt right now. And when you're talking about all three of those guys collectively working together to give you Tuitt-level production, yeah, in certain aspects you can, but there's still going to be a void there at some portion, whether it's until DeMarvin Leal gets up to speed, whether it's, okay, Isaiah Loudermilk gifted, but at the same time, we're not expecting a fifth round draft pick to be able to do what Tuitt was doing in year 2 of their NFL career. So, yeah, I do think you got to add some talent, but what does that talent look like, and what is the cost of that talent?
Yeah. Because you could also go the trade route. We brought up J.J. Watt, and there's another name that's out there, a little return action maybe.
Yeah, that's the intriguing part to me is
Hargrave.
Yeah, but once again, this is the thing though with Hargrave. If you're talking when we go sub package ball, he fits perfectly. But if you're talking base, he's a nose.
You're right.
So you would have essentially him and Tyson there versus having that traditional guy that can come in and give you Tuitt-level productivity. I've seen other people talk about Fletcher Cox as well, because just that whole thought process of,
they just signed him.
I know, that's fine.
They restructured his contract and everything.
Because remember, they were talking, was he going to get released or not or anything like that, and then they just ended up doing the contract over and stuff for him. But that was the other guy that I saw people talk about and stuff. But to me, Fletcher goes back to the Sue category. It's like, that's not what he's been asked to do in his career. He's been this style of player. Could you do it? Sure. But that's, part of
So you don't think Hargrave makes sense? Because he wouldn't do the Tuitt stuff, really.
Well, if you're talking sub ball, yeah, he definitely can bump out there and he'll play that. But Hargrave isn't a 3-4 DN. He's a 3-4 nose tackle. That's where he thrived at. His length is not perfect for nose, but it works better as a nose than it would playing out there as a 3-4 DN. That's all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So our best options might be the free agency then.
Yeah.
Because if we would have went for Hargrave, or if we are going for Hargrave, you got to trade probably a draft pick or two.
Yeah.
And his cap hit,
Pro Bowl season, and he got the contract.
Yeah, his cap hit's kind of rough right now. It's in the teens, and you would hope maybe the Eagles could take on some of that. And then you probably have to worry about, do we got to re-sign him too? Which actually wouldn't be probably a bad thing, because then we'd have our nose for the next 3 or 4 years.
True.
Let Tyson go, and that's that. I wouldn't mind going for, and I think I said this whenever we talked about the defensive line a couple podcasts ago, I wouldn't mind just grabbing maybe 2 of these guys. Grab Starr.
Okay.
He could rotate with Alualu.
Yeah.
And then grab another veteran like Sheldon. Sheldon Richardson could kind of do the Tuitt stuff, right? Because he's a little more athletic. Sheldon Richardson or Ndamukong Suh, whoever it is, I think you could do both.
But how much money are you trying to allocate to those type of guys, though?
Not much. I mean, Star's those guys are probably getting like $3 million.
Yeah, I think Starr you can get for cheaper. Sue's the one I'm just kind of like,
because of the name.
Yeah,
because his last deal was $9 million a year. I don't know how much he's trying to come off that.
Say you going from 9 to 3. That's all.
Well, we can afford it. Actually, we could probably do. What if we did Starr and Ogunjobi or Starr and Goldman? We can afford that.
Yeah.
I would think. Let's say Ogunjobi or Goldman's 8.
So then who are you getting rid of then also? Because now if you're bringing in 2 dudes, it's going to make that room even more crowded.
Someone's getting cut. You're right.
Because you got Montravius Adams. He's still in there. Isaiah Loudermilk, DeMarvin Leal, Chris Wormley. Let's see. Who else do we have of... Oh, and then Tyson and Cam.
If we're going priority, then we're not looking at nose tackle as much.
Fair.
So someone who could just fill into his role.
And we didn't even count in Mondu. I didn't even put him in that list.
So we looking at Goldman maybe being the best fit? Goldman or Ogunjobi? To do the Tuitt role? Let's just do that then.
Yeah.
Let's just get one of those guys.
Yeah, I would much rather do one guy if we're getting that caliber guy, sure. But at the same time, I'm hoping it doesn't do this. I hope we actually do go spend a little money and go shopping. But, man, I could see a scenario where they're like, yo, we believe in our guys. We believe in the growth and
I low
development
key
internally.
I low
We're
key
gonna
though
be
do
fine
too.
with it. The sum, we'll just use a group effort and we'll make it work with this.
I
this
like
group
these guys.
of guys.
I
I'm
do.
telling you, I can see it, bro. I can see it. We over here like, yo, they're gonna get this. Like, all right, they're gonna be like, nope. We're gonna trust our group. We're gonna trust their development. We're gonna coach the heck out of them. We're gonna make it work.
I like that because I low key do too, but at the same time, it would be frustrating leaving all this cap space out there.
I would agree.
Because I was telling my buddies this yesterday. A lot of people are thinking Steelers rebuild mode, counting us out and stuff. This
It's
is
not rebuild.
This
It's
is
not
the
rebuild.
time to try to make a run with a quarterback on a cheap contract because we got the rest of our team filled out.
Yep,
Make a run right now,
I would agree.
and that's why I wouldn't really be too happy with us leaving this amount of cap space out there, especially
this would
if
be
we
like-
do have this defensive
this would
line
feel
need.
like last year when we had the what was it from the Castro situation. We had the extra money. We're just like, well, we got this money, but now we don't really have anywhere to spend it. Anybody to use it on.
A little
So,
bit to Trey Turner, and that was it,
but
really.
That was it. Yeah, and even his deal wasn't anything crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, and we lost Steven Nelson, Mike
Mhm.
Hilton. Would have liked to at least keep one of those guys.
yeah.
Steven Nelson, probably the one,
Mm-hmm.
because we just moved Cam to the slot to replace Mike
Yeah.
Hilton, but Nelson would have helped. But we got to see the emergence of Witherspoon.
Yeah,
Ball don't lie.
yeah.
Might work out long term for us.
We're gonna see. We're going to see, man.
Yeah, so are we... Oh, man, that's interesting. Well, you bringing up the Hargrave stuff changed my
Yeah.
opinion a little bit because I was thinking Hargrave would be a really good trade.
No, I mean,
Bring him
trust
back.
me, you
but if he
having
can,
him in here,
if you
he's
don't think he
super
can do the
talented.
two,
He's
so
just a
I knew
different
he was a
player.
nose tackle,
Yeah,
but
he's just a
I
different
thought you
player.
could maybe bump him out or rotate him and out of the wild, figure it out
Yeah,
some way. But
and if he wasn't like, you know how hard he's short, compact.
Yeah.
You know how he's built. He's not built like a long arm, put him out there in space type of dude. So that's why it's like when you're talking him in a 4-3 and he doesn't have any gap responsibility, he doesn't have any keep a guy clean. He can just use his get off and penetrate. Think like an Aaron Donald. But Aaron Donald, you're not trying to put him in a 3-4 and tell him, hey man, keep that guy behind you clean, because that's not his game. He's a smaller, undersized guy who's just cat quick, crazy strong, and he's very fundamentally sound. But you're playing to his strengths in a defense like that. You telling him to keep a guy clean, that's not his strengths. Could he do it? Sure, but it's not going to be to the same level. And I think with Hargrave, it's the same conversation. It's like, could he go out there and do it? Sure, but it is not going to be what we expect to see when we're used to watching him make plays the way that he makes.
sure, and you'd have to give up draft picks for him,
And it's going to cost, yeah.
the cap hit
He's going to cost, man.
might not make
and
sense.
rightfully so, man. He's definitely done a phenomenal job of, earning the money that he's made, getting the accolades that he's made individually. And I'm super happy for him. That's my dude right there. But I just think that's gonna be a tough one, man. We're gonna see what my man Omar Kondo, boy. This is a heck of a first situation to overcome. Woo. It's interesting.
He
man.
said he had some stuff up his sleeves.
It's interesting. We're gonna see. I don't know. Do you have a preference on trade versus free agency? Because I kind of like the trade mindset a little bit better. I think the options, it just opens it up more.
Who else is out there?
But not in the sense of like big names, just in the sense of you don't have to, like, if you wanted to go with how we were saying that, hey man, they might say we believe in the group. Okay, maybe you feel like you just get you another high-end depth piece to add to that, kind of like a Chris Wormley, another version of that caliber player who I talk very highly of. Chris, he's not a superstar, but he's just a good player that you can win with. Maybe you bring in another player like that necessarily isn't on the free agency market right now, but when you're talking about trading, maybe that's a little bit cheaper of a trade ask, but they come in and they still can give you critical snaps. Montravius Adams, very similar to that caliber player, where it's like he's not a superstar or anything like that, but we felt some of the positive things that he did, and when you're using him in tandem with other players, you can be successful. Versus if you're saying, hey Montravius, we want you to start and play 80 snaps, 60 snaps, we're like, nah bro, that ain't it. But when you're talking about Montravius, how we've been using him as a part of a rotation, we can see the impact, we can feel the productivity, and I just think that that's another avenue we could potentially take, or the Steelers could potentially take, when they're trying to replace Tuitt's productivity. Because when Tuitt was healthy and motivated, bro, this is a Pro Bowl caliber player. This is a double-digit sack player. This is a 3-down disruptive guy that you have to circle on your scouting report and say, hey man, how are we gonna handle this guy right here?
Especially how he was playing his last 2 years.
Like seriously, you don't just find that. Even the guys we've been naming in terms of free agents right now, there's still going to be a certain level of drop off in contrast to the Tuitt that we last saw on the field. So that's the other part. I'm just like, man, do we spend to get close to that, or do we say, you know what, instead of putting a lot of money in just one guy and hoping that he can live up to that, why don't we? Okay, let's go trade for this guy who's a little bit cheaper, but when you're putting him with this group that we already have, it can make this group a lot better.
Yeah.
Just, different thought process with it.
For sure. I think if you had asked me right now, I'd go the Goldman Ogunjobi approach.
Yeah.
Pick up either one of those guys. Because I don't really know who's out there for trade. Hargrave was the one name that came to mind, and I guess someone else just brought up J.J. Watt.
Mm-hmm.
How's J.J. Watt looking in that defensive end role for a 3-4?
He could play it easily, without a doubt. He's already, he's more of a 4-3 guy, but the way that they would use him at times in Houston, how he would move around the line and how they would try to get multiple to just hide him, he could definitely play that 3-4 DN if he needed to. He has the length, the size. He's fundamentally sound. The two things when it comes to JJ in terms of why I'm hesitant on it, health being number one. Once again, last year, a long season-ending injury early on. That's what, 3-4 years now? It happens more times than not is what it seems. So if I knew he was 100% healthy, great. But I just don't feel like I can count on him for 17 games. That's my biggest hiccup with him. And then the second thing is what it's going to cost, because he did not sign to Arizona for crumbs. He still has a nice cap hit on him. And I personally just don't want to be paying that, knowing that knowing the probability of me not getting him for 17 games is still very high, because he does get injured a lot. Yeah.
Because I guess now we have the cap space, we could make it work. But I'm with you.
I'm like, bro, do you want to be paying that for 6 games?
No.
Do you want to pay that for 8 games? That's JJ right now.
No.
When he's healthy, still can get it done, still can give you productivity and do it at a high level, but you're not getting that for 17 games. And what that's going to cost, I'm good on that, man.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm over it. Unless he came over, we only traded like a 6th or 7th round pick, and Cardinals took up a good portion of the salary cap hit that he has. But I'm also thinking, I don't know if the Cardinals are really looking to trade him, because they're a little bit in win now mode.
Yeah.
All depends on Kyler Murray.
Well, the other dark horse name, he been around. He been in the city for a minute.
We're talking about trade.
He been in the city. He said he's fine not he said he's fine not signing an extension. I told you I walked past him, man. He been around. He's at the facility. I've seen him. He still looked the part.
Are we just changing our defense if we bring him in then?
We're
just playing sub ball every time?
Essentially, yes.
That's what we should do then.
Essentially, yeah. And he's like, bro, money-wise, think about that. That's, yeah.
You want to make it happen? You don't care about the money?
No. What I'm saying is, money-wise, I can't have him and TJ getting 100 apiece. They both can't be the highest paid players in the I can't have that, bro. That's not going to work. How does that work? Just think about that. How does that work? Y'all both, you got 100, he got 100, and Cam got 60. Come on, bro.
That'd be fun.
And we're going to pay Minka, too. Don't worry about it. Minka, you're going to get another 60 as well. Come on, man.
It would just have to be a 1-year thing for him, where he just wants to play for the Steelers, play for his hometown team. But he has more
than 1 year left on his deal, doesn't he?
I think it's just this year.
I know he has no more guaranteed money, but I thought he had 2 left on it.
Let me check real quick. Aaron Donald contract. Yeah, I would think maybe it's one of those things, because he seems very satisfied from the interviews that I heard. Yeah. Maybe he just wants to play one season for the Steelers.
He's definitely still working out, though. Seeing him, he's still rocked up. It looks the part.
Yeah, he was like, I'm good with where I'm at. Wanted to play 8 seasons.
He got him a ring.
This would be like Brady going to the 49ers.
Yes.
If Donald came and played for Pittsburgh 1 year at the end of his career. You're right. He's got 2 more.
Mm-hmm. But just no more guaranteed
2023
money.
And 2024.
Yeah.
You're right. Cap hit each of those years, 23 and 23.
I mean,
this year's 26.
Of course he's worth it, but that's hefty, man.
Where are we at cap space? 23?
Come on, bro.
Or 21?
We can't max that thing.
21?
You try.
Restructure TJ?
What they say, bad financial advice right there. That is not good financial. Just because you have this much money remaining, you don't spend that much money, man. We got to have just a little bit, man.
Well, there's the whole player empowerment era where
you're right, man.
Donald could just say to the Rams, I'm done playing for you guys. I want to go to the Steelers.
He could.
I think the Rams would do him right by that, too.
Yeah, he won him a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, he got him multiple Depot's or Defense Player of the Year award. So yeah, I mean,
the problem would be also him telling them to take on some of my cap hit
yes,
too. That would be the
that
problem.
could be an issue. Because,
maybe they would just trade him.
Yeah.
Get rid of the money, the cap hit, and especially if Donald doesn't want to play for them anymore, they would do that, do right by him. But I don't think they would just take on a good portion of the cap hit to help the Steelers out. You're right, probably not happening. They could cut him.
They ain't doing that.
Dead cap next year is only $9 million.
They ain't doing that. You don't cut no Aaron Donald, man. You crazy as heck.
You're right. You're definitely right.
I like it though, man. But you know what? I did look at the clock. It's 10:31. Let's hop on this phone line, man, because we'll obviously ask TG some of his thoughts on this as well, man.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on, though.
Yeah, what do we got for him? Thoughts on Tuitt?
Got OTA,
who to bring in?
Yeah.
OTA stuff.
But I say, yeah, man, because obviously, I know he hasn't been down there, but he can give you a little context on the OTA action as well, man, and how we should weight it and stuff like that. So yeah, let's see what the homie talking about.
He had to been doing something right.
Yeah, he had to be.
Get through OTAs, make the team.
Come on now. He done lived it. Hello. Oh, can you hear me? I feel like I'm heard. You good? You hear me?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's call him up then. Let's see what the homie talking about then. What up, TG?
Let me look through some chats.
Yeah, hello.
Is this Locker Mate? Man, you answered on the first ring, man. Let me find out you was ready to go today, man. Let's go. Heck yeah, man. How we living over there, man? Everything good in your hood?
Good. Yeah, everything good over here.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Steelers alumni, West Virginia Mountaineer alumni, and more importantly, my Locker Mate. Ladies and gentlemen, Terence Garvin in the building, man.
Locker Mate.
Now we both had a teammate retire, in terms of Stephon Tuitt, man. So first off, man, just give your reaction to him retiring, and then obviously talk about what he was like as a teammate from your perspective as well, man.
I thought it was surprising he retired. He's still young, but it was surprising he retired. He had a good time with the Steelers. He still had a lot of talent left in him. So it's a young retirement. I think Tuitt was a dope teammate. I remember one of my first time meeting Tuitt on the elevator. Tuitt told me, he was like, "Man, I was top 5 pick if I hurt my foot. Like, don't get it twisted." He's like,
"Hey, Tuitt gonna talk that talk now."
Yeah, it's like that's how we met for real. So,
I'm a top 5 pick if I hurt my foot.
Yeah, top 5 pick if I hurt my foot. Like, I don't even know.
I'm laughing because I can envision Tuitt saying that. Oh my! Like, giving people more context. We're talking about Stephon Tuitt here. This is also a man who swore up and down that in hand-to-hand combat he could kill a lion. No exaggeration.
Yeah. Dawson said cheetah. He said
he said a lion. He said, I could kill a lion with my bare hands. And he referenced the movie 300. He's like, oh, the way he fell back and stabbed this lion, I could kill a lion. I'm like, Tuitt, I don't believe you, bro. Nobody believes you.
That's without weapons.
Yeah, he just felt that he could get it done, bro. Listen to it, bro.
You got to like the confidence.
Hello? You hear me?
Did we lose him?
Oh, T, did we lose you?
I pick.
Hold on, hold on. We lost you.
We lost everything.
Yeah, we didn't hear anything you just said right there, bro. Say it again.
You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You gonna give me that look, that certain stance. Gonna let you know I'm a guy. I'm a guy.
If nobody else believed it, he always believed it, man.
I promise you. So I think I don't want to say it hurt the team. I think they kind of prepared for it a little bit and drafted alignment. They brought in a lot of D lines. So I think they a little bit I think they were 50-50 on it just as hard as he was 50-50 on it, Like they kind of knew there's a possibility he might not come back. And it just turned out to go that way.
Yeah.
So I think they're prepared for it. I'm sure they would rather him be there, of course. And they gave him a lot of time to figure out what he wanted to do or decide what he wanted to do.
Right.
And he just took that route. He went that way.
So shoot, with that being the case though, we were just talking about me and Deke obviously here, trying to figure out what's the next move in terms of replacing him. Do you stay in house with the guys they currently have, or do you, go shopping in the words of Coach Tom, and whether that be the free agency market or a trade? But what's your thought process? How would you handle it?
I think they drafted him thoughts that he wasn't gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think that's a position in the sense that they're gonna start. I don't want to say panic about.
Right.
I think they believed he wasn't gonna be there when they took the draft pick. So they drafted him in the 3rd round. So it's like they prepared for this already, in my opinion. Like this isn't a panic. This isn't we need to go get a guy real quick. I think they prepared for this. I think they brought a lot of D-line back over the summer. Yeah, so they kind of went through a majority of last year without Tuitt. So you know what I mean. They had a chance to see different people there. They had a chance to see what it's like, and they got to draft somebody that.
So he's of the mindset that he's a little confident in the defensive line. Then you think Leal could step up, or maybe even like Loudermilk then?
Yeah, I mean, like last year they got to see days in the building life without him. So this isn't like it's just a shocker.
Hold on, we lost you again, bro.
Situation.
Hold on, babe. We lost you again.
You going through a tunnel?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. So you said last year they got a chance to see what he was like without him in the building, and I hear what else.
They got to see life without him
a
little bit last year. So they're already essentially a little bit.
Now,
and they drafted there.
True, but now when we hear because obviously we know he wasn't there for all of last season, but we also get the people that say, well, hey man, the defense in terms of run defense was statistically the worst in the league. Would you feel confident repeating with those same guys just with the addition of DeMarvin, or do you think that the guys that we currently have aren't good enough to get that job done because of how last year went?
No, I think the guys are more than capable to get it done. I think that Brian Flores is that space.
Okay.
You're going to have some different. I just think those linebackers are going to. The linebackers are scared. And they went and they addressed that position a little bit as well. So, I hear you with what you're saying with like Tuitt wasn't there.
Yeah.
There was a big gap in the defense. But I think once again they got a chance to go through a year of that. So you're not going to come with the same. They're not going to repeat the same mistakes next year. You see what I mean? So they got a chance to grow in there. And once again, they drafted there.
Yeah. Early too. Early in the draft.
They drafted there. So they basically were like, we know something may happen. We're prepared for something happens.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be okay. They're not panicking. They're not hitting the panic button. It's just more they preferred and they wanted Tuitt to be there. I think he was written in pencil. He was never written in pen, though. He was written in pencil.
I hear you with that coach talk right there. Hey, you penciled in as the starter.
It's in pencil. They didn't put that in pen. Come on. So they were prepared for it. They didn't want it to happen, but they were prepared to see it happen.
No, facts.
I'm liking what I'm hearing. This is music to my ears. We'll be fine.
Deke over here, he was panicked initially. Now he's like, nope, TG said he good. We good, man. We ain't sure we good.
Don't panic.
Believe in Leal.
Panic. Don't panic. And they're not panicking. They're not panicking.
Nah, true that.
They're like, all right, let's see what we got to do. We're okay.
No, we were also talking about just the OTA situation as well, man. And how we weigh certain players differently in OTAs. A veteran should look a certain way during the OTA process, in contrast to like one of the rookies who may have a little bit more ups and downs in that process. Right. But just share how you feel about the OTAs and how when you get some of these reports about other players doing better than some of these draft picks and stuff like that, how you weigh that and how you react to some of these reports.
I mean, it's OTAs, especially for the draft picks, they're just getting there, so it's their first time going against vets. They've had rookie mini camp, but they're getting to go against vets. It's their first time really seeing that, feeling the speed of that.
It's different.
It's different. But it's nothing to worry about. It's OTAs. You got shorts on. We're not actually out there hitting. It's no contact. And I know you could argue at the skill positions, it's the same thing, but it is just different.
Yeah.
It's different. It's a pass coming essentially, like in a lot of situations. It's just different. It's just different. So to me, this is a chance to sharpen your sword for Latrobe. Can't. That's really what I envision OTAs as. That's what I see it as. It's just a chance to learn the plays, to sharpen your sword, to get a little, maybe I can stand here on this play. Maybe I can cheat over here a little bit more on this play. It's just a chance for you to learn your ins and outs so you can go to Latrobe and get a chance to compete. And that's where I believe the reports and this one's doing better than this one, that's when it becomes important.
Okay.
OTAs, you're in shorts. You're just, you're really rookie form. You're learning what it is, what you're supposed to see. You're feeling that speed, and you're going to get a couple weeks off to train your body up a little bit more so you can come to Latrobe and you can compete. You've seen the speed a little bit now. You've seen it. You felt it. Your eyes aren't just wide open at camp in Latrobe as much as they'll probably be wide open in OTAs. This is people's first OTAs. They're trying to fly around.
Oh, man, it's like you standing on the interstate and everybody going 100 the first time you out there in OTAs, man.
Yeah, you don't really know. You don't really know the speed of the speed. Like, you're trying to still figure it out. Latrobe, it's no excuses. Like, come camp, it's like, all right, I know this is, I got pads on. Let's go. So I wouldn't take OTAs too crazy from nothing that you hear. It's just a chance to see how people can move, people run around.
I would agree.
And learn the playbook.
No doubt. You got one?
Well, yeah, this is a little off topic, but we're about to close this out soon, so maybe this could be the last one here. We've been having a little debate with the chat and stuff throughout this podcast about foods.
Uh-oh.
So first is who is the king of the chicken sandwich? Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, and Popeyes. And the other one was the burger.
Yeah.
In-N-Out versus what else? Five Guys.
Yeah.
Do you have any takes on either of those?
The king of the chicken sandwich is definitely Chick-fil-A.
Talk about it. That's gourmet, baby.
Yeah. Definitely Chick-fil-A.
It's Chick-fil-A fast food.
Shout out Chick-fil-A.
It's Chick-fil-A's gourmet, man. Hey, come on. It's like a step below Cheesecake Factory, man. Chill out.
Come on. A Chick-fil-A endorsement through this world, too, man.
Hey, come on, man.
Shout out, Dan.
Hey, shout out Chick-fil-A. What up, Chick-fil-A?
We done supported Chick-fil-A many days. Like,
facts. Shoot, Chick-fil-A was that was the flight move right there. Hey, yo, who going to get the Chick-fil-A?
Come on, that was the official sandwich of the team.
Hey, Shay gonna hit you with that text. What y'all want? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Chick-fil-A. Every Saturday.
Come on, man.
Steelers at Chick-fil-A.
Need that.
Every Saturday.
Facts, man.
That is the travel meal of the team. Like.
Sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Goddamn.
What's the sandwich?
No, the burger.
End of the burger.
Like In-N-Out, Five Guys. I'm seeing some comments here saying In-N-Out's overrated. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, In-N-Out's good for their fries. They're better for their animal fries.
The animal style.
It's not like a burger. Yeah.
See, Deke ain't gonna eat the animal style. That's a whole bunch of like stuff they putting on that thing, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're fancy because they're West Coast and you don't see it a lot.
It's West Coast, bro. Yeah.
So is Five Guys the king of the burger?
Depending on where you're from, though. It depends. Like TG, because TG's East Coast, so we don't view In-N-Out to that same standard. I feel like Cali
I like
though,
In-N-Out. I be in Cali.
True. But it's different. You be in Cali, but you still are East Coast though. You feel me?
I mean, we can say like a Checkers.
Yeah.
It's other places other places we know about.
But In-N-Out is fire though, bro. Like the burger, the shakes, bro. Like In-N-Out it's top notch. But I just think if you're not from there, I don't love it the way that like true California people like swear by it. Like that's not my energy with it. Yeah.
I get that. I mean, In-N-Out's good for the fries.
Yeah, the fries be hitting. No, fries be hitting. It's
McDonald's.
You said McDonald's the best?
Bro, I mean, it is underrated. It gets overlooked.
Yeah, that's why you can say McDonald's.
McDonald's fries is they crazy with it. Yeah. Now,
do you have a peck on the burger?
yeah. So would you rolling with? Because since you claim it, you do be out there on that West Coast. You be spending time out there.
On the West Coast.
You out there on the West Coast. So maybe
I spend time on the West Coast.
How would you if you had to decide between those then? I'm seeing Whataburger. People bringing that up as well.
Burgatory is low-key underrated. Five Guys.
You going Five Guys? Okay.
Five Guys.
Yeah, the reason I ain't throw Burgatory in there because like Burgatory is like still restaurant.
Sit down.
Yeah, sit down spot.
That's underrated though.
Maybe
really
that place. What's it called? Habadi.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, it's green and white. That's probably the best burger.
Interesting. Okay. Now,
One of these places need to
in due time.
The show.
In due time. Trust me. In due time. We just keep showing up. Eventually they'll show up with us, man. We already got some on board. We're gonna get more though. Believe that. But
Five Guys shout outs. You need to have some burgers here.
They literally and it's literally like right around the corner too. That's the thing. I'm like, bro, we could do a show right here. Like y'all are right there. Like that's an easy setup.
Do a show in Five Guys.
What up though?
Let's see what we're talking about.
Man. Come on, man.
You know?
Come on, man.
I gotta be at that one.
Oh, facts.
Facts.
Come on,
what's
man.
What's the best show? What's the best burger?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Loki, we might be on to something here, man. I'm gonna have to start making some phone calls. Hey, David Dupree, you're gonna get a phone call later today. You know what we talk about.
Yeah, that's a major.
It's time to go hunting some burgers. All right, we're gonna figure that thing out. But I did have one more, man. In terms of football, before we roll out of this thing, man. Last time we talked to you, Deontay Johnson had not come to OTAs, and we were talking about him making a statement, contract situations and stuff like that. Well, now he has shown up to OTAs. Just talk about the significance of that, if any, and what does that do to you in terms of, are you saying that, hey, now you definitely cut the check, paying whatever, or are you still taking the same approach of, letting this thing kind of play out?
I just think the Steeler way is you have to show up. Like you gotta know your audience. You can't really. It's hard to force the Steeler hand. Like you've seen that. We've seen that in history. So I think the Steeler way is the best method is to show up, and then we'll figure it out from there. So I don't think it forces his hand. I don't think it doesn't force his hand. I think it puts you in a better situation to get paid because you showed up. We get to see what you look like, see how you're moving. I understand the risk is in practicing, but I think you have to be ready to go no matter what.
Yeah.
So in that, we're saying you got to train no matter where you're at. We've seen unfortunate people like Tank Cohen get hurt just training.
Yeah.
So I think, I think it's dangerous just to move around. If we're saying the dangers in working out.
Yeah.
I think dangerous is dangerous,
Facts.
So, I mean, I think it's always better to be, in front of them at your turf working out than
so if something happens, they on the hook for you. Yeah, absolutely, man.
I mean, then like being at home on a holdout because you got to move around either way, So, I think just in terms of Steelers, the building, I think it's way better to be in the building, in their presence, let them see the smile, let them feel the energy, and just being there, being present. I'm not saying you got to take every drill, every competition, but being there, doing individuals, getting time in with these quarterbacks. I think all that's super important, especially right now, with this competition about to come up, getting a feel for all three quarterbacks, getting a feel for how the ball come out, what you like, what you feel, and letting them see you run around. I think all that helps him in his fight to get paid. Well, he just happens to be second in line. Yeah. They just have to get other money. I believe they got to figure that totally out to where they can figure out the numbers for this too.
Yeah.
But I believe he'll get paid. I do. I don't believe the Steelers let that leave the building. I believe he'll get paid.
Well, one of the things that I thought of too was when AB was trying to get his new deal. Part of that was him showing up though. It wasn't he's gonna sit out, and he could have. And during that time frame, we'd have all understood it and respected it because of how talented he was. But I do feel like him showing up, it made it a smoother process for him and all of us in that building, man.
Right. I just think you got to show up. Yeah. TJ Watt still showed up.
You don't have to practice per se, but you got to be there.
Yeah. You got to just be there. I see Minka's out there.
Yep, he is, man.
Showed up. So it's like, just pull up. Don't make it too much of a headline
Yeah.
that you're not here. Don't give them more just to talk about. Just pull up. Just show up. You don't even have to do all that much.
Yeah.
Just show up. You
Hey,
know, be around
there
the guys.
be there for the media portion where they can see you and
Yeah.
check you off. Oh, he's here today, and that's it.
He's
That's
here
all you gotta
today.
do. He's here. Yeah.
He's here today, and you show up. They'll take care of you. The Steelers usually do it a little bit closer to the season.
Yeah.
You know,
Training
they avoid
camp,
all
a week or two before the season start. Boom. Maybe the
They
night
avoid
night
all
of the
the
game. Night of the
Yeah,
opener.
they don't do all the
Yeah.
drama. They get past all the drama. They usually just kind of get it done.
Yeah.
Like, so they probably got to sit on a table. They probably got a couple offers. They're just trying to figure out. I believe they got to figure out that money with Minka, what they're gonna do, and
Yeah.
then
He got to get
what-
paid first, right?
he got to.
He got to get paid first.
I mean, but you know, it might not per se be first, but he's the first priority.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like the money is around him.
Yeah. You make
So
sure
what-
he gets the number that he's asking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might got to negotiate the other side a little bit. You might got to give and take 2-3 million.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm sure they're not off crazy. I'm
Yeah.
sure they're not crazy off. That market at the receiver spot is a little bit high right now.
Yeah.
Speaking
sure
of
they're not crazy.
the contracts, I don't think we've talked to you about Omar Khan, right?
No, we have not.
Yeah. Do you have any takes
Yeah.
about us giving him that promotion to GM?
That was big. I thought B Hunt was gonna win that. I thought B Hunt. I didn't see them letting B Hunt get out of that building. I really did. Like B Hunt's he's a mastermind. You know, he's definitely a mastermind. But I think Omar is a good hire. I knew it was gonna come from within. Remember I said that. I was like, it's gonna come from within. Like they'll give you all this outside in noise, but
Smoke screen.
didn't think that come and get that much power inside the building. So
Hold on. We lost you.
Omar, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. You said something with the power inside the
I
building.
said
Yeah.
I just thought all that power within the building, it was gonna be hard to give it to somebody outside the building.
Yeah.
I thought that was gonna be tough. So I knew it was gonna come within. I was really sure. I heard some things about the man from Buffalo almost won it, but I kind of just always thought it was between Omar and B Hunt.
Yeah.
That was my executive vote.
For
It's
sure.
always between Omar and B Hunt. I was surprised B Hunt didn't come out with the win though.
I low key am too. If they were gonna stay
I was
in house,
surprised.
if they were gonna stay in
I
house,
was
yeah,
surprised. I thought B Hunt was next to the throne per se. And
that definitely
I
was the
just-
vibe. It felt like that.
yeah, it felt like he was next up. So I was a little bit surprised he didn't end up getting that. But I think Omar is a good pick. I think you're still from within. He has a lot of help. You know, I think he'll be a real good GM.
Yeah.
He's been around. He's
Yeah,
been around.
Since
He
what?
knows he's
01,
looking-
02, yeah.
Yeah, he knows how to run a business. Knows how to keep because he was running the numbers for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, that's always an advantage because it's definitely a business. It's a business, and you have somebody that knows the Steeler model, knows how they want to move, what they want to do, what they're
Mhm.
looking for. I think him and Coach Tia work really well together. A lot of respect between each other. So, I mean, it's a good pickup. It's definitely a good pickup. You lose a talent with B Hunt leaving the building. Like that's definitely a loss of a big loss. That's a starter. You know,
Yeah,
just as
yeah.
many people on the field, that's a starter. So to me, that's just like having a conversation about Tuitt. You know, that's a big loss.
Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you, man. Like, you know, I'm a B Hunt guy. I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about, man. It's hard to put that value on it when it's something that most people can't really see. They don't get a chance to see his role and what he does and how
Right.
impactful he is in the players that he's able to get in the building. Yeah, I do feel you what you're saying though in that context, man.
Right, he's just as important as a Tuitt. So I thought that was a big loss. I thought he does a lot for that team. He builds that team. He helps. A lot of talent has come in there off of a B Hunt conversation. So I think that was a big loss. But I think Omar do really well. You know, I think he has good help in there. A lot of good. See, the staff is still a lot of familiar names, a lot of familiarity in there. So I mean, we'll see. I think him and Coach Tomlin will work well together, though, and that's really where it starts. Like if your head coach and your GM are on the same page, you usually got something going.
Yeah. No, I'm with it, man. I'm with
I
it.
like it.
I like it. Hey, TG, man. We know AB got a concert this weekend, man. You pulling up? What's the
AB
word, bro?
got a concert this weekend.
AB got a concert. Deke
I'm
thinking
from the
about
pit,
it.
not the palace.
From the pit of the palace. Yeah.
I'm from the pit, not the palace. We gotta hit the concert. We gotta hit the concert.
You pulling up Southside representing you in the building, man. What's up?
I'm pulling up to the concert. I gotta see AB do the wiggle. Come on.
Gotta see him do the wiggle, yo. You crazy, bro.
I know he's gonna have it packed. He gotta have it packed.
Hey, no shirt on. He gonna have that Carhartt looking outfit on, the denim jacket, no shirt with them big boots. He gotta have the boots on.
Will Kanye be there? Will Kanye be there?
That's the real question. If I knew Ye was pulling up, I'm a Ye fan. I would be there. I don't know if Ye's
gonna get that.
If Ye was gonna be there for certain, I would be there. I don't know if Ye's pulling up, so I don't think I could take that. I
have a question for you.
What's up?
I have a question for you.
What's up?
What if Donda Sports is representing like a Deontay Johnson? Like, does that change?
They rocking with Aaron Donald, right?
Yeah.
They got Aaron Donald.
They got Aaron Donald.
Didn't they sign Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, it was somebody else they just got. Yeah.
And they just got Brown from the Celtics.
Yeah. So they making some moves.
Do you have talks with Donda Sports? Does that mean AD could be in a sit down possibly? Like, you see it?
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I do. I see how you're trying to paint this. I just need to see it actually come to fruition. You know, the Donda story.
I know AD's on a contract right now.
I know. I'm just saying this is very rapid. This is very new. I just need to see it last for more than 12 months. That's all. I mean, literally, it was a year ago. Yeezy was like, "What? I'm gonna create Donda Sports." Oh, now I got a school, and it's like, all right, is it a school? Is it a team? What's the situation? Is it an agency? Like, it was a lot of question marks surrounding it. Now it's AB. Literally, AB was playing football. And he takes his shirt off, he gets fired, and then Kanye's like, "That's the president of Donda Sports." Forgive me, that's just a little erratic. That's a little much to me.
They signed Aaron Donald.
But bro, they literally signed AB. They said, "AB, you are the president. Not I'm just gonna give you a job. You are the guy making decisions." He literally was on TG. We done seen some crazy stuff in Pittsburgh. We done seen some crazy stuff in our locker room. We know what it's like. We have never seen somebody get undressed on the field during a game. We have never seen that. And that is what AB did. And Kanye said, "You know what? That makes perfect sense. You're the president of my company." What?
But
come on, man. Come on, bro.
He knows the business inside and out. He knows what's going on in there. He knows he know the players' words.
But is it safe to just have a little bit of hesitation? Just
man,
a little.
You might gotta come holler at him,
bro.
Like, we want to talk to you about your guy.
Is Kanye the most? Everything he does looks buttoned up, and we just think that, hey, man, he has it all figured out. No. And when I know
you gotta come talk to him.
Come on, man. I'm just saying Kanye and AB and those type. I don't know. It makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. AD don't even know if he gonna play or not. He might be like, you know what? I'm retired. Just give me my money. I'm out. Who knows? So maybe he's just completing side missions right now. That's what Donald is doing. AD is committed. He's like, you know what? I'm bored. I done got me all these depots back to back. I got my Super Bowl. All right, what else? I done made my hundreds of millions. Let me just go do random stuff. I'm gonna go break up a fight here, be Superman. All right, now I'm gonna go sign with AB and Donda Sports. You know what? Next, I'm gonna open up a food truck and do that on Sundays and go out there and get
who
sex.
They're gonna get next.
Who you got next?
Who they're gonna get next?
Najee.
Oh, it is Najee. It's definitely Najee.
They're gonna get Lamar next.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, they got the connection.
They're gonna get Lamar next in this whole. They getting people in the middle contract this year. Don't be surprised they get.
No. That's strategic if that is the case. I like what you. They said he was talking to Najee Harris, man. He was talking to Najee. He was talking to Najee,
Najee,
bro.
Najee has so much time. He
Hey,
has
come
so
on,
much
man.
time before he gets that shit.
Hey, T, don't you do that, T. Hey, keep Najee is wholesome. Najee is innocent, man. Don't you do that, man. Don't
I
you do
love
that.
it.
Don't you do that, man. Don't you
I'm
you try to
just
don't you
saying.
do that. Don't you do come on, man. You know what that's
a
don't you
long
do
way
that,
down
man.
the road.
Don't you start that. Don't you plant that seed.
That's about 6,000 carries from now.
Oh, you wow. Hey, low key. You still got you got 3 more 400 touch seasons.
Boy, you gotta touch the ball.
You on that L Bell recipe. We know what time it is.
Man, I heard he showed up 240.
44, 244. Yeah.
That's a big boy.
Bro, it looked real. But it moves nice though. It move think
It
like
looks natural.
It's like a supercharged, it's like a supercharged range, supercharged like it's big speed.
Eddie George.
Yeah, but I think he carries he more muscles than Ariel. Like
Derrick Henry.
He's a mix of Derrick and Saquon. Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley. Like think in between those two, that's what you're getting with Najee right now.
It's a big word, just Derrick Henry that keeps getting thrown out there, man. That's a big fast
TG. They have me down there every day covering these practices.
Yeah.
He's doing 2 hours right in front of where I'm stationed at. It's not far off. The difference is obviously Derrick is just a bigger version, but it is not far off in terms of the size. I think that he's more explosive though right now, and obviously he's more fluid in his hips. I think that Henry, obviously, when he gets out in the open, we see that straight line and how he's able to really take off on people. I want to see that from Najee. We haven't really seen that part, but I think everything else, it definitely is on par with what we're talking about though with him. Yeah.
Okay. I don't love 240. That's big. That's a big point. I'm with you though.
He said he played at 240 last year. The program said 230. He said, don't believe everything you read. I was 240 last year. I'm only 244 now. That's what he said. I didn't think he was 240 last year, though, personally. I thought he was a little bit lighter than that. That's thick. Yeah.
That's big. You got to carry that.
Come on, man. And for a whole season, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Them hamstrings, that lower back, you feel that? You going, all right.
OTAs.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get. You got time to do whatever you want to be in terms of body.
Yeah.
40's big though. I'm interested to see if he liked that.
And especially when we're used to the L Bell and the D'Angelo Williams, where Coach Tomlin harped on those guys dropping weight, losing weight, going the other direction. This is a little bit different
be a runner.
than that. Yeah.
He's a punisher. I get that he's a punisher. That's his style. That's just a lot. That's 240.
But
I know linebackers are the 240.
That's
no
what
more.
I'm saying. Yeah, 240 is an LB. You big. We LBs now 230. Yeah.
That's an outside backer almost.
Bro, think about that. You ain't 240 no more on that interior, not at all.
240, almost 250. 244.
Yeah, bro, come on, man. That's OG inside linebacker right there. Yeah.
Come on. You're almost like I get, but you can also say words like Eddie Lacy.
Oh, don't you do that? Don't you do that?
Don't
you do that? Don't you do that?
I'm just saying that's big. That's big. That's big.
That boy threw the Lacy out there. You can't be throwing that name out here now. Come on, TG. You can't be throwing that one out there now.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, big. That's a big bag. That's a big bag.
No, facts.
You know?
Facts.
Brandon Jacobs. That's another big bag. That's a better word for you.
He's still mid. You know that. Come on, baby. He had a little run though, but I'm cool on Brandon Jacobs too.
I'll say the first word was Saquon and Derrick Henry. I'm like, we gotta say all the words if we're gonna say the words.
We gotta say all, and we're gonna throw them out there. This is how media works, T. It's to fit our narrative. We're speaking of Najee in a positive way, so we're only gonna talk about the positive. We're not giving you full context. No. Save that for when something bad happens. Then we give you context. Like, well, see, this is the downside to that. But right now, we're only focusing on the positive. All right.
You gave people like grown natural 240. But Saquon's like 220.
Yeah, he just short.
240?
Yeah, he just short. That's it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
So yeah, that has been going on, but we shall see, man. But no, it'd be interesting though if he drops anything going into training camp, especially when you start putting those pads on. We know that adds weight, so yeah, that'd be definitely intriguing to see, man.
It's 250. You put the pads on, coming in there like 250.
Bro, that's a big running back.
That's a big boy.
That's a big running back. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to hit him. I tell you that. Yes.
Yeah. Touching it 25 times a game for sure.
Right. You're that's a grown man's load that you're dealing with every single game you play him at 244, bro.
He's gonna come down a little bit. That's my guess. I take that vote right now. He's gonna come down a little bit.
If I had to put a vote in, I would second that. I would say that he's gonna drop some as well. Or at least I hope he does. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot on the back. Oh yeah, that's a lot of carries.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. Whew. But man,
I believe that they might say something too important to the team.
Hey, you said they might say something. Gee gonna call him in that office. Nah, just come here now. Listen, you see how many snaps you played last year? You're going to need this much time up, but you're also going to need to drop, just on my calculations here, about 6 to 7 pounds, okay? Because
236.
you know Gee going to hit him with it. Gee going to do that. Yeah, Gee going to have that talk. He'll have that talk.
Not your strides, my strides.
Yes.
You're going to do a lot of my strides. 236.
Hey, you silly. Not your stride. They my strides. Hey, don't put them cleats on. I don't want you grabbing either. All right? I don't want it grabbing. Sneakers. Yo, let's go, man. But shoot, man. That's all we had today, man. This was definitely a heck of a call, man. Hey, you turn up this weekend. If Ye show up,
not the palace.
If Ye show up, shoot me the text. I might have to, pull up. But other than that, man, yeah, I ain't touching that thing, man. But yeah, we
know words to the song. I'm out there. I'm out there.
He said I'm out there.
I'm out there.
My dog, man, my dog. We'll appreciate you as always, man. We'll do this again, bro.
All right, peace, bro.
All right. Yo, if he does show up, man, if he does pull up to this concert, bro, we're gonna have to have TG back on Monday or something next week, man. Get a recap, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it.
Tell us what happened. Did he show up? Was he on time? How was the performance? Did he control the crowd?
That's what I thought you were going to bring up at some point. What's the over-under on how late he is? Is it an hour, 2 hours? I thought you were going to bring it up.
The fact, that TG really going to pull up, though. We were talking,
He's hype about going to sports, too.
But we was having this conversation. He really was like, yo, Ye finna be there, man. I'm finna meet Ye. I'm like, bro, Ye is not coming with Deke or AB. He's like, nah, man, it's the president, bro. He might going to pull up with him.
Has he been doing a tour?
He
was in Dubai, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but he was just with Floyd. I don't know if he's doing a tour though. Yeah,
that may be point to showing up then.
I mean,
if this is not necessarily a one-off, but if this is going to be a big thing for AB, like his first concert or only concert in a certain span, maybe. It's not like it's a tour. If it was a tour, then I think it would just be random if Ye showed up.
Gotcha.
He is how many cities in how many days,
You haven't followed it enough to see
I don't know
where
either.
He's been performing and stuff like that. Yeah, but that is just funny. I'm way up from the pit, not the palace. See, I was researching what that's why I even know those words. Hey, man, caught me one time that thing popped up from the pit of the palace. Yeah.
It's the music video for that is edited phenomenally.
I haven't even watched the video.
Whoever he got to edit that stuff out, it's amazing.
That is pretty funny, man. All right, let's see. It's 11:09. All right, let's hop into these supers. Then after that, we got 2 topics left.
Sure.
Yeah, so we'll speed through the we'll get this because we won't work a long time on Fridays. We won't be doing all that. Let's see. Where do we stop at though?
Mr. B. Malarkey. I think I got it.
I toured the whole country.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yep, let's do it.
It says with his band and had this burger debate. In and out is trash, homies. Go to Texas and get Whataburger.
Okay. I've heard about we talked about Whataburger, or at least we asked TG about it. I did see people pull it up. I've never had Whataburger though.
He said that was his favorite. Is that what he said?
No. We he didn't say Whataburger was his favorite. He said
what was the place he said? He said a place I never even heard of.
Yeah. Or did he say Checkers?
He said Five Guys. No, Checkers. He talked about Checkers.
Talked about Checkers, yeah.
I can't remember what he said on the last one. It was a place I never heard of.
Yeah.
But Five Guys was in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Calmonier, did someone tell Moats about Deke dotting it up with Mason?
Oh yeah. He talked about it. Yeah, absolutely, man. Future QB1.
He might win a Super Bowl, dude, in this Ultimate Team.
Hey, win it virtually and in real life,
Which would
man.
be crazy because we won our first one this year with Ben.
Yeah.
I tried winning one with Pickett over this last probably month or so, whenever they dropped his draft card. And we got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And we got robbed big time. It would just be hilarious if Mason was the one to get that second ring. We already went through Vic. We went through Pickett.
Mason.
And we're going with this 80 overall Mason card. It would be crazy.
Mason.
It'd be crazy. Black and Martyr says, Happy Friday, fellas.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Happy Friday.
Fisher Momentum says, remember at your highest moment, be careful. That's when the devil comes for you.
Facts.
Prayers to you guys and the Steeler family. Pray for your enemies as well.
Nah, facts, man. Facts on that, baby.
He's dropping some
Absolutely,
good philosophy
man.
there.
That's why you got to stay present in the moment, man. Never get too high, never get too low. Can't get too focused on the future nor the past, man. I'm with you, baby.
Let's go, UW. Says, bring AD home.
Come on, man. I'm telling you, bro. I've been seeing him, man. He pull up to that facility. He park illegal like I be parked. I be like, all right, dang on. That's a nicer car than mine today, though. But all right, but shout out to you, baby. Yeah. He got way more money than me, too.
Stella
Just throwing that
Fierce
out
is
there.
giving us some appreciation.
Shout out to Stella in the house. Let's go.
Let's go, UW. Says, AD, Watt, Cam, Tyson, and Highsmith would be a filthy defensive line.
Yes, it would. But it's no way we would be able to do that on top of paying Minka and trying to pay Yeah, that'd be a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, bro. Let's turn the salary cap off.
Fisher Momentum says, interception leader. And says, Levi, Minka, Sutton, Akello, Edmonds. I don't know if he's giving us the options.
Or he's saying maybe we're leading the league in picks with that group?
Between all those guys.
Yeah.
If it's just on the team, I'm leaning Akello or Minka, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Akello, what, had 3? Was it 3 or 4 last
Yeah.
year? In, 6 games?
Mm-hmm.
And then Minka, just because of how much he plays. And
he gets turnover. He gets interceptions.
He got 4 the one year, 5 the other year. I don't think he had as much last year.
Levi's had 2 picks each of the past 3 seasons. Yeah.
That'd be my bet, either Minka or Akello. Fish Momentum. Pete Carroll said they'd sign Baker if he was cut.
I think.
Did he really just play his hand like that?
Honestly,
he just said it?
I don't think that's anything crazy. I think a lot of teams
that
would be
makes
interested in him
sense.
if he's cut. The biggest hiccup is he's not cut. That's the biggest reason why he's still in Cleveland right now. Nobody wants to trade for him and take on that money. But Baker is still, if Baker was available and you get to negotiate the terms, yeah, absolutely, you bring him in, man.
I don't see anything on Google. Maybe he said that recently. Fish Momentum says T. Garvin's the GOAT.
TG.
Get him at the next live show.
Hey, man, if we doing something at a burger spot on location, man, we might have to, man.
All right, I lost it.
Oh, you're good, man. We only had 4 before then. Official Momentum. He says, do a live show with TG, all burgers and chicken. I can dig that, man. Hey.
I'm back, though. I
Okay,
can
you
say
back?
his next
You back?
one. It says
All right.
Mickey D's, Burger King, and Wendy's out of pocket. He says Wahlburger. Hashtag Wahlburger.
Wahlburgers. Now we don't work with them a little bit. Yeah, we don't rock with them. But yeah, I'm not including them because that's still like Burgatory. That's more like sit down establishment.
Yeah.
When you're comparing them to like McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. Yeah, it's just one's designed for fast food. One is definitely in that like restaurant caliber. Like Wahlburgers is like when we're talking about Burgatory.
Yeah.
Does Five Guys have a drive-through? Because for a while I kind of view Five Guys in that same capacity of that's more restaurant than per se like fast food. Like In-N-Out, that's a fast food spot. It's a drive-through. That's why the drive-through's always packed. I don't think I've seen any Five Guys. It could be a Five Guy with a drive-through. I just never seen one.
Five Guys takes too long.
Yeah,
and that's
it's
not a
always
bad thing because it's high quality.
Right, but it's always
You know
a
what you're
park
getting.
you going in. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I've never thought of it to that extent, but that is real. Like, it's a difference because we're not comparing Burgatory to McDonald's. We're not comparing Burgatory to like something like that. But is Burgatory and Five Guys?
Maybe we just take down all the veils and just say a burger's a burger, whatever.
No, because the time and element does matter. That's why, like, you go to like a nicer steakhouse, it's typically going to taste better than if it was somewhere where they hurry up and getting it out in like 20 seconds or 2 minutes. Yeah. Sometimes the process matters, man.
So you're saying we have to take Five Guys out of the debate?
I just don't know if they're necessarily considered
In-N-Out,
fast food
if
cuisine.
In-N-Out's included.
Yeah, because I think it's a difference when you're trying to prepare this burger, but you have to do it in drive-through time. There is a difference.
That's tough.
But it's a difference.
Five
though.
Guys is in between
Yeah.
all of them. They're in no man's land for it.
Yeah,
then.
because they're not necessarily purgatory level, but they're definitely not like all the way fast food either.
In terms of their service.
Yeah.
I think you give them the benefit of the doubt. We need something on the East Coast. You talked about East Coast. We need something
Well,
to
no, that's the Checkers.
put up against
like
it.
when I think of like Checkers rallies, when I think of, yeah, we always talk about the, like we just don't have. Yeah, I think Checkers or rallies is kind of like the, because I can't think of another like burger specific drive-through fast food spot like that. That's not Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's. It's more like a national brand, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like, cause In-N-Out is definitely like, it's regional. It's just in that area.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no Checkers up here. That's more south, right?
Yeah, I know in Virginia it's like we got rallies in Virginia. Checkers is a little bit further south than us, but it's literally the exact same, kind of like Hardee's and Carl's Jr. situation. Right. So yeah.
Steeler Nation on fire. He says, F the Warriors. Got the Celtics beating them.
Okay.
We also got
excuse me,
Cam Mo-Kid.
Yo, that's my little bro. Absolutely. What up, bro? K-Money, Cake Rock in the house. Love you, baby. You know that.
What's good, bro? Says,
Absolutely.
What's up? Top of the morning to you guys. Always good to catch a live show.
Facto Mundo, man. I'm about to give you a hug, man. You know I miss you, baby. Let's go. Love him, baby, bro. Pull up on the show, man.
This is great.
This is babe, bro, right here, bro. Let's get it.
Calmonier, hypothetical scenario. Flores has his big Deke moment and tells Tomlin to get Bush out of the game.
Ooh.
Who are you putting in? Both in their primes. Kirkland or Ferrier. Both had some dog years.
I'm going Ferrier.
I didn't really get to see Kirkland, so I'd have to default to Ferrier.
I'm going Ferrier. I think he fits today's NFL a little bit better, too.
I would just have to default to him. I might need to look back on some Kirkland tape to give you a
Kirkland
better answer.
A backup special teamers in today's NFL?
Wow. No.
It's okay.
I can't do that. I mean, he made a couple Pro Bowls.
Yeah.
He was big.
That's what I'm 300 pound boy inside like
Whereas like Jack Ham, you could talk yourself into.
He fits today's NFL. He's
him covering well, right?
Come on, man. Yeah.
Kirkland would find a role.
You would be bumping out. Well, put your hand in the ground. Let me see. Let me see your 3-point stance real quick. What did Gentry say? Gentry said he played quarterback. He went out quarter pass, and Harbaugh kind of looked at him with the khakis like, I think you're a tight end now.
I still can't believe that story.
It's nuts, bro.
You were the number 2 quarterback after Kyler Murray, and after one practice, your coach was able to convince you to go to tight end.
Yeah.
Like, how?
Nuts, bro. Nuts.
You could have been a quarterback for literally any other team in college football.
Nuts, bro. Because he definitely has the size, bro. Like, seeing him, man, that dude, he tall as heck. He would probably look like Glennon back then. Not skill-wise, but, like, stature-wise. Yeah. He would look like Glennon. He would look like Osweiler, like how tall he is.
The analyzer, what do you guys think about KG working out with the skill positions? LFG, Steelers Nation.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything crazy. Kendrick is an athlete. He's a good athlete. But part of the reason why he's so athletic is because he's undersized. So if we're asking, who's the best athlete on the O-line, Kendrick Green is going to be in a lot of those conversations because of how well he moves. Kendrick's issue is dealing with bigger players, the size element, and just having to be more fundamentally sound. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he can run through those drills and has nice footwork because he is very athletic. We've seen him when he pulls at times, and I think as a guard, you'll see even more of that athleticism on display when you're talking about him pulling around whenever he gets an opportunity or if he gets an opportunity, because right now he is behind Dotson. But that's just kind of, when I think of KG going through that type of stuff, it doesn't surprise me. Like he's very athletic, man.
Yeah, that's it for the Super Chats.
I like it. All right. So the next thing, as I'm getting rid of these freaky bots coming in the chat, that's always a good show, man, when you get the freaky bots coming in here trying to sell you stuff. You want to get a date? You looking for 18 and up? Here for a good time? It's like, no, we don't want that action, buddy. We're just trying to talk ball. Okay. So now that we got them out of the picture, let's go to our next topic, man, which is a goody McGood. Once it pulls up, there we go. Cesar Skipper.
The return.
He's back, baby. The preseason extraordinaire. The guy that had everybody up in arms when he was, relieved of said duty, said services. adding to a group that we said was a little thin in terms of the outside linebacker position. I don't hate it. I think that it works. I think that it's a good move. Gives you quality depth, at least for the fans. They're excited about it because of what he was able to do in the preseason and stuff like that.
2019.
Kind of building up the name, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, what that looks like. Just his journey as well, man. When you leave the organization and then you're able to return, what is your mindset like? I know you're trying to prove stuff, but what have you learned? What have you improved upon yourself during that time away? That's the part that I'll be interested to see, when they go out there for practice next week, man, get a chance to see that. I want to see what it looked like, though, man. Yeah.
You see the next James Harrison.
Oh, man. Is that what y'all doing? Is that really what I'm about to say? Don't y'all be starting that, man. Somebody out there is definitely saying that.
I've brought it up. I've compared it just because Harrison cut back and forth between teams, finally carved out a special teams role with us for a few years, and then I think it was 27 or 28 when he got his first chance to actually start at outside linebacker. The rest is history.
Yes.
That is the extreme version of that. That story right there. That's a really big outlier.
I guess how TG with TG say, y'all, if we're going to go Derrick Henry and Saquon, we got to go the other way too with some context. We got to go some context on this one. Like, dog, we just going instantly Debo? Like,
no, I'm not going
all-time great? Like,
it's something to think about. But
that's a lot.
I'm with you. It doesn't hurt us. I'm not like overly excited about it because up to this point, he's bounced around through a few teams, and that 2019 preseason did get us excited. But then you just wonder, like, why couldn't he? Why couldn't you latch onto a team or find a role? And we brought him back. Actually, I forgot about this, but we cut him before the 2019 season started, which was a bummer. Yeah. But then I think he signed somewhere else. I think it was the Giants, and they cut him. Then we brought him back at some point. Yeah. And then he didn't stick around through the next offseason. Then he's been on the Falcons, Titans, back and forth.
Whereas I think of the contrast of Quincy Roche.
Right.
He's still in New York right now, if I remember correctly. So,
from what I know.
Yeah. So it wasn't as much bouncing around with him as it was Cesar. But both of them, that's interesting though, man.
But right now, you got to think he might have a chance to make the roster. You got Tushka and Avery in front of him in terms of the depth spots with the outside linebackers. They might have a chance.
No, he definitely. I mean, trust me, he definitely has a chance. That third outside linebacker, the backup to TJ and Alex, is definitely a wide open competition. Because even with Jannard Avery, he's intriguing, but it's still uncertainty with him. It's still questions around him. Number one, he's switching back to a position that he hadn't played in the past couple of years. In Philly, he was an off-ball 4-3 linebacker. That is not what he's going to be doing here as a pass rusher 3-4 outside linebacker. This goes back to his time in Cleveland as a rookie. So you're still trying to figure out what that looks like. With Cesar, he's a traditional outside linebacker. He already has some familiarity, but you're still going to have to see, can he overcome some of his limitations from an athletic perspective? All of those dudes, though, man. Derek Tuska, he's another guy. It's like, I know you're not a fan of him. I know. But in terms of Cesar just beating him out right away, I don't think that that's, out of this frame, out of this world. I think all of those guys it's going to be interesting to watch who emerges from that group, man, and how fast they do, because the speed of whoever emerges is ultimately going to dictate or determine if the Steelers feel the need to add to that room. So we'll see what Cesar can do, though, man, because I don't look at Cesar as like necessarily a big addition. I think this is more as like lateral to see what the competition just looks like with the group that we have. I think if you're going to try to bring in a name, I think that they would spend a little bit more in bringing obviously a more proven player. But for this stage right now, for this phase that they're in right now, I think that it makes sense to do a Cesar level move to just see what that looks like with that group.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could really be opposed to it.
Yeah.
Is anyone out there? This is the worst signing ever.
I can't believe you bringing it back again. How many times?
We're giving him a cheap contract, and he's just going to be fighting for a depth spot or maybe a special teams role. What's wrong with that right now? Yeah. Doesn't hurt us from, like you said, if we need to get a third guy and spend a little bit more, we can do that. Yeah.
Shoot, Jack Cam would be a backup special teams player anyways if he was in today's NFL. So that can't hurt if Derek Tuska is the same thing, right? Yeah. Said somebody out there.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask TG about it because he brought up Whaley.
Come on, man.
Because he didn't know his name. He said, I thought it was gonna be the dude from Buffalo, and I was gonna say, yeah, he took himself out of the running because he talked about Jack Ham. What do you think of Jack Ham?
He got fired before he started working. Yes, that's what happened to him. Yes.
I guess, is that it for Skipper? Like,
yeah, that's kind of how I felt about Skipper.
No hate for that move. Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to this last thing, man. Then after that, we'll super chat it and get up out of here. 11:25. We ain't gonna be here too much longer. But we did have game 1 of the NBA Finals last night, man. Shout out to that, man. Got a chance to see my Boston Celtics, take on my Golden State Warriors, or Deke's Golden State Warriors, since that team lost. Whoever loses, that's gonna always be Deke's team. I'm always winning. All right. So us Boston fans, we won yesterday, 120 to 108. It was interesting, though, man, in terms of the ebb and flow of the game. You get Steph coming out the gate extremely hot, 6 threes the first quarter, 34 points. He showed up start to finish. But their team was inconsistent. I mean, they got up 15 at one point in the game, exploded in the third quarter like they traditionally do, thought that they were going to run away with it, and then obviously Boston responding the way that they did to start that fourth quarter, 40-point quarter on top of that. Yeah, it was nuts, man. But I was surprised because I felt like it should have been a blowout one way or the other that first game. I just thought that it would be the Warriors doing it because this their first finals game in the new arena. It's their first time back since everything with KD leaving, all of the hype. They were rested, fresh. I just thought that they would come out and, look a little bit different for the duration of the game. I was also a little saddened by the fact that, the others didn't really give me what I was looking for with Golden State, man.
No, you're definitely right.
Yeah.
Does Steph need help?
Oh, man, come on, man. You can't say Steph. Does he need help when you got...
Does Steph need help?
Nah. When you got one of them all-time greats in the backcourt with you now. Come on now.
His team around him is folding. Yeah, it was weird because Steph was going off crazy. Mm-hmm. Boston just hung around throughout all those quarters. Like, it would get up to maybe 15 at points, 13, but then Boston would hit a 3 to just, all right, keep it within range, and then they just went absolutely off in the fourth quarter. My thing about Steph is, should they have put him in earlier in the second quarter? Got a little cold, just step on their throats and kill them in the first half. Mm-hmm. He was so hot. He couldn't miss. Now, some of that was Boston. I don't know what they were doing. They weren't covering him. They were just letting him wide open for threes.
Now, it was definitely interesting to see that part of it, man. But I was also a little bit surprised that in the sense of you get a game where Klay is hot. I mean, Steph is hot like that, but the rest of the Warriors, I mean, Klay gives you 15 points, Draymond 4 points, Jordan Poole, a handful of points. Like the
Wiggins
others,
with 20.
Yeah, but in contrast to Boston, where you get Jason Tatum having an off night, but then you got Al Horford going for 26. You got Pritchard giving you big buckets, big minutes in the fourth as well. I mean, you think about that, that was a little bit of an adjustment that Boston made going with Pritchard instead of Marcus Smart. And even though Marcus Smart still had a good game,
he did.
He still had some buckets. He had some timely shots. The 3 that he hit in the fourth was 2 minutes left in the game. That was huge, man, because you was kind of feeling that, all right, now they about to do it. We've seen how, how Golden State can do this. And then thinking also about how Miami in game 7 against Boston, same exact scenario, they closed it down. And it's just a Jimmy Butler transition 3 that he missed being the difference in the game. I definitely was starting to get those vibes, but that was a big time 3 by Marcus. I wonder, though, if Boston can continue that, believing that they're going to get that hot in a quarter.
That was insane. That was probably their best quarter of this whole season.
I don't know if you can hang your hat on that, or Al Horford hitting 6 threes. I don't know if you can hang your hat on that. I think defensively they did a good job, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
But yeah, the Warriors as a whole didn't play that amazing.
Right.
They were inconsistent. Man. They would get up 10, 13 points, and you felt like, all right, they're just going to win this game. Warriors are going to know how to close it out. But then they'd go on like a 3-4 minute stretch where they were ice cold.
Yeah.
And they would let Boston get back into it. And it was crazy. Even Boston was up in the first half.
Yeah.
That was after the whole first quarter and Steph going off.
Yeah.
But then you're right, third quarter, Warriors go off.
And Boston was looking bad in the third too. They've done historically as well. So it was kind of like, okay, seeing this, we know what this is about to look like. But Boston figured it out. They found a way, man.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things you could hang your hat on if you're a Warriors fan in terms of going forward. Belief, are you getting all those points in the fourth quarter from the Celtics like that? And your team pretty much outside of Steph played bad. Didn't really show up. I mean, Otto Porter actually kind of gave him some random-ass points. But, I mean, you got to expect Poole, Clay, Draymond to do better.
Give you more than 4. Poole has to give you more than 9 points. Yeah, it got.
Are we gonna get more from Looney? No. This is kind of the matchup problem we were talking about. Robert Williams. I mean,
You're right.
It ain't the same.
Yeah, it was different.
So I don't know if you're necessarily gonna get more from Looney, but you need more from the other players.
That's the difference. We talked about the size of Boston versus Dallas. Dallas don't have that. They don't have the people that can play like that and clean up inside on the glass, stuff like that. And I do think that did play a role when you're talking about Looney and even Draymond to an extent. It is a difference, but this Golden State team, man, I think they respond in game 2.
Yeah, I think in general, with how the teams typically perform, Warriors underachieved, Boston overachieved. But you could also say with Boston, Tatum didn't really have a good game, but he gritted it out.
No, he definitely.
That was still a good game,
And the thing with Tatum is this. Even though he wasn't giving you buckets, he was still giving you assists. He wasn't turning the ball over, and he played really good defense. Those are some of the intangibles that Tatum brings, and that's why when you're looking at him and saying, okay, even with an off night, he can still be
he was just off shooting.
Yeah. Whereas like with other players, when they have off night and this is all they can do is just score, you feel it a little bit. Like when Steph is off, it's like you feel it a little bit more than per se a Tatum being off, like how it was with Boston. And that's why Boston could still find a way to win by double digits with him having an off night. Whereas if Steph has an off night, we all can see that. We all can feel that Warriors team doesn't look anywhere near the same caliber. So
this was a huge win for Boston, though.
Oh, what major.
Just getting one this early. I mean, it was game 1 on the road. Exactly. Like it could have been either game 1 or game 2. Either or would have been a huge win. But to get it in the first one, I mean, I'm sticking with my pick of Warriors, but that was a big win. For Boston.
It's always Dub Nation,
Boston,
man.
I mean, this was one of the question marks going into it too. Is like, how are they gonna look? Are they gonna look confident late in games? Yeah, that they could close it out. I thought they looked confident throughout the whole game.
Man. I would definitely agree.
So you got to give them credit.
How you feel about game 2? Because game 2 is tomorrow.
Yeah. You sure?
Is it Sunday? It might be Sunday.
I think they're doing 3 days in between now. I think for the finals.
I haven't looked.
Let me double check. Okay. I got it pulled up on DraftKings. All right, it's not changed. Hold on. Let me get to the game real quick. Okay, it is saying Sunday, June 5th.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sunday.
So what's it? Friday. Yeah. So this is 3 days break.
Yeah, because they played last night, so they have Friday, Saturday, and then play Sunday night.
Yeah, 3 days. I think it is Sunday night. Yeah, 8-10. Yeah. Well, Warriors are still favored. It's the same line pretty much, -4.
I mean, it's hard. Like
that's what it was in game 1.
Yeah, it's
-170 for the Warriors.
I just feel like, what are the chances of Boston winning the first 2 games in Golden State on the road in the final? Like, if
they play like that, I could see it happening. But
at the same
I don't know
time,
if we can expect that fourth quarter again.
But see, for me, at the same time, if they play like that, I could also see them getting blown out, because that fourth quarter, like you said, that was more outlier to me. I'm looking at the first 3 quarters, and I'm just like, I don't know if that would be enough. But then again, Clay has not been having the best postseason. He had game 5 or it was game 5 versus Dallas where he went off. But outside of that, he really hasn't been shooting the ball the best. He hasn't been the most consistent. So
can't get separation.
Yeah.
Looks like our receivers.
Oh, you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill. But it is a difference though, man. Like, if he is gonna be up and down like that, Boston make it interesting, man. They can make it interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Steph by himself would be enough.
No, he needs help. I told you.
He's
like Luka.
He has a fringe top 75 NBA player. And they going
Clay ain't the same though.
He's not.
He ain't the same. But with the emergence of Poole, Wiggins had a good game. Be more consistent, but even Draymond Green, you need more than just Wiggins showing up out of that crew.
You need a backpack 3 from Draymond. And that thing going one of the ugliest, but it's going. He's good. He's good for 2 of those a game. I feel like he needs that. He didn't give us that
for the Warriors to win. Yeah, you need that type of momentum.
Yeah,
you need maybe an and one from him or something, or block. That's the type of stuff you need.
Hey, but you know what? We got to also shout out my man. Was it Derek White?
Oh,
Boston?
actually, yeah. No, he was crazy.
Yo, he's their Fred Van Fleet. He's the Fred Van Fleet. That's who he is. He had the baby.
Yeah, he was a huge reason they won.
Bro, he has the baby. He's been hooping ever since. Just like Fred Van Fleet. And what happened that year when Fred Van Fleet, he had the baby, started hooping. What they do? They won it. So I do think that, maybe I need to change my pick.
I'll give you a chance.
I ain't going to change this yet. Wifey might be watching. Golden State, Dub Nation. Let's go. Shout out to Wifey.
If the Celtics go up 2-0, I don't think you could change your pick, though, right?
Yes, I can. I'll be here with my green hat on. You better stop playing. I got that Celtics. I done had my Celtics hat now. I done had the Celtics hat since the pandemic started. So I'll pull up that bink. Yeah, man.
Can I find, hold on, futures? Ooh, I mean, it flipped. Celtics minus 190, Warriors plus 160.
Uh-oh.
For the champion.
Uh-oh. See? They feeling that energy. They feeling that's that daddy energy, bro. When you get you a baby and you start hooping.
Finals MVP switch too. Yesterday I put $10 in for Curry at like minus 110. Now he's plus 165. Tatum's at plus 125. Tatum's the
he's
odds-on favorite for Finals MVP right now.
Okay.
Hey, it definitely flipped.
That's weird though probably because they think that if Boston wins the series, him playing bad game one, he's ultimately going to play better. But because right now I would think that Jaylen Brown would probably be more the front runner than Jason Tatum just based off of how he played. But if you're saying over a series,
and Tatum I think put up enough stats in game one where his overall points per game is going to look good because you had those 13 assists.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, bro, I think Boston was 12 assists, 1 turnover in that fourth. Whereas when you look at with Golden State, not only did they go cold, but they turned the ball over way more as well, man. They were like sloppy at times in that fourth.
Next year, Golden State plus 500. Boston plus 500. Those two are the odds-on favorite. They have the Nets at plus 500 for next year. I would not bet that.
Let's go.
But yeah, that's it. Is that it for NBA?
I feel like it is. So who do you have winning game 2?
Yeah, Warriors. They have to.
They have to.
So I'll go with that.
They definitely have to, man. Championship, acumen, and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go with my Dub Nation, my Warriors getting it done.
At home, you got to do it.
Warriors.
Okay.
I'll be bumping E40 this weekend. Let's go.
All right, so we got some super chats here.
Let's see. I'll be bumping. I'm gonna drop all my West. I'm gonna give you some E40. I'm gonna go some OG with it. Let's see. Who else I want to give them? Hey, gotta go a little Thiz face on him one time, man. Yep, going with him. Yeah, Mr. Fab. We're going straight Bay Area. Too Short as well, man. Yeah, give me a little Too Short in there too, man.
Steeler Nation on fire. What do you think the Lakers are gonna do this offseason? Got to get LeBron another chip.
Yeah, obviously we've seen. I think it was Stephen A. who brought up, should they move him, trade him, or something like that? Like I'm not doing that. Yeah. They got to bring in somebody. I have not looked into that market enough just yet to see who or how, because they still got some stuff they need to figure out in terms of Westbrook, money contract, obviously AD as well. Do you move one of those guys or try to, or do you try to figure out what that could look like by bringing somebody in to work with them? But yeah, that's a unique situation right there, man.
Yeah, the main thing's trying to get Westbrook off the team.
Yeah, you got to get Westbrook off the team, but you also have to decide, are you believing in building with AD as well? Because his availability has been the biggest issue. The one time he's been there, they won the championship. Ever since, he hasn't been there, and you see what that's looking like. So,
Tyler LaQuatra. Yeah. Calvin Austin equals a more athletic Hunter Renfrow. Thoughts?
Hunter's polished. That's a lot. I mean, I like the optimism. I like on paper seeing that they could be the same, but Hunter is a legit receiver. Like, he's nice. I don't want to just throw that on Calvin just yet. That seems steep. At least with the Najee.
What, both 4th round picks though?
True. Yeah, but one's a lot more proven right now. That's all.
Yeah. Renfrow was good.
Renfrow was a really good receiver, man. Like, I ain't just throwing that on a rookie like that.
The Analyzer. What are we doing with the firefighter we picked up to be kick returner or punt returner?
Oh,
Does he still make the team?
I think Gunner makes it.
Wait, what?
You got to be talking about Gunner. Is he talking about
Was he
Gunner?
a firefighter?
I don't know. I didn't think he was a firefighter. I don't know.
Yeah, you signed an all-pro at kick returning and punt returning. I would expect him to make the team.
Maybe he is a firefighter because they run through the smokestack. They gotta be fearless at times, man. Take chances, wild boy. So you know what? Maybe that's the case.
Calmonier, I don't know if it's coincidence, but the last 2 times the Celtics were in the finals, the Steelers followed with a Super Bowl appearance.
Did we win? Or
he might be talking 08 and then probably 10.
Yeah, because Boston. Did Boston win? 08 they won. That was with Durant.
And then they lost
with
to
Garnett,
Lakers,
lost,
Game 7, Artest, all that. Because I think the one in between was Lakers Magic.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah. That's what I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have that to hang our hat on.
Okay.
Look out. The signs are all there.
Okay.
All right, that's Kyle Monier. Camo Kid's back. He says, who you got? Haney versus Cambosos.
You taking me? We getting a little boxing action going on? Okay. For me, man, I'm gonna go Haney. Both of these dudes are undefeated. They're fighting for the undisputed lightweight belt. I'm trying to think who has what belts. Haney, I know he has the WBC, and I forgot the other one. Whereas Cambosos, he has the other 3 belts. It's like WBO, IB, one of them. Yeah, it's like WBO, WBC, WBA, and then IBF. Like. Cambosos has the 3 of them. Haney has the other one, but yeah, they fighting for all that. But yeah, I'm gonna go Haney. I will go Haney. Both dudes still really good fighters. Like, I'm liking this little phase we're in with boxing where we're getting, champions fighting champions, undisputed stuff. Because typically you don't get that in boxing of like recently. It's usually guys trying to pad records, make sure that they're not taking any losses because losses do mean more in boxing than they do in UFC. Which is why in UFC you get champion fighting champion. You get the best fighting the best all the time, but at the same time you don't get these long runs, or when you do get one, it's very rare. Whereas in boxing, it's not unexpected to see a guy 20-0, 30-0 holding the belts for years at a time. That's just how they do it. You know what I mean? They protect these guys in some capacity, but I think I'm gonna go with Haney in this one. It'll be a good fight either way though, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
AJ Martinez says, don't do it, Moats. Mrs. Moats will put you on the couch if you jump on the Boston bandwagon.
I'm sticking with Dub Nation. Come on, man. I'm rolling with Dub Nation, all right? You see my Thiz face, Mac Dre in a bit. I'm with you. Come on, man. Tell me when to go. I got you. I'm dubbed out on West Coast. I'm Bay area. I'm with it. Wifey is not putting me on the couch. We're on the same team.
Official Momentum closing us out with 2 super chats here. Says we Super Bowl bound. I can feel it.
Facts,
I can feel
man.
it
We
too.
getting there. We getting there. We getting there.
Good call right there. Official Momentum also says, Moats and Deke, y'all are the best. My Steelers stories.
Nah, man, salute you, man. We definitely appreciate you, man. Oh, this was a good one today, though, man. This was a fun one.
Absolutely.
And we gave him a little extra time on the thing, man. For the 2, baby. So
no problem
shout out
with
to
that.
everybody that enjoyed themselves today, man. And shout out to my little brother, Camo Kid 17. See, it's weird, man. He switched his name on me. I call him K-Rock. That's my little bro right there. You know what I'm saying? But no, I like this, man. Anytime I get my folks up here out.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? But no, shout out to everybody that was with us though today, man. Definitely meant a lot to us, man. Anytime y'all support us, man, that, keeps us going, man. It keeps us bringing that content to you all. So we greatly appreciate you. But stay safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. If you're turning up with my man TG at AB's establishment, for his concert, y'all really be safe out there. All right? And hydrate, whatever you do. But anywho, we appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby.
Peace.